Former President Trump finds it curious, the timing of Vice President Harris's visit to the southern border. She's on her way there now.
The vice president's trip to the border in El Paso, Texas was announced after Donald Trump revealed plans to visit the border next week. But Press Secretary Jen Psaki claims the former president's plans did not influence the White House decision.
We made an assessment within our government about when it was an appropriate time for her to go to the border.
But Trump says if he and GOP Texas Governor Abbott weren't going to the border, Harris would have never gone.
That's White House correspondent Greg Clugston. Mr. Trump planning to hit the campaign trail again this coming weekend. The former president will visit Lorain County, Ohio, stumping for a congressional candidate in a GOP primary, Max Miller, former Trump White House aide. The gunman who shot a 26-year-old Daytona Beach police officer in the head Wednesday night remains at large, manhunt ongoing. The officer is in critical condition. Stock futures higher on Wall Street. Right now, Dow futures up 148 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 22, S&P futures better by 8 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is an urgent warning for any American with an IRA or 401k. Our federal debt is now over $28 trillion and growing faster by the second. What no one is telling you is the Fed is running out of ways to fight this growing burden. Inflation is the only way out. As a result, your retirement portfolio could be in serious trouble. Learn how you can protect your life savings with safe haven assets like physical gold and silver. Call 855-908-0039 now and speak to a professional at Goldco. Representatives are standing by to give every caller a free precious metals IRA guide with steps you can take to secure your financial future with precious metals. Call 855-908-0039 now. The pros at Goldco have helped thousands of satisfied Americans own gold and silver inside their portfolios to protect against the rising threat of inflation. Pick up your phone now and dial 855-908-0039. Representatives are standing by.
It's something the Czech Republic rarely sees. A tornado has swept through several villages. 4 people were killed, more than 100 others injured.
For once, scene of devastation is not a tired journalistic cliché. The photos and videos of villages in the Hodonín area of South Moravia are simply jaw-dropping. Cars have been dumped like toys next to piles of twisted steel. Planks of wood have been sprinkled on the ground like matchsticks. Black smoke billows from a fire in the distance. This region is known for its undulating hills and pretty vineyards. These images are unrecognizable.
The BBC's Rob Cameron. They tried grocery giveaways, lotteries for new cars and apartments, but an ambitious plan to vaccinate 30 million Russians by mid-June has fallen short by a third. Now many regional governments are obligating some workers to take the shot. News and analysis, townhall.com. A former Minneapolis police officer faces sentencing later today in a high-profile murder case.
Derek Chauvin was convicted in April of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter for pressing his knee against George Floyd's neck. The sentence could be as much as 30 years, and former federal prosecutor David Weinstein thinks the 45-year-old may get something close to that.
I'm expecting a sentence that's going to be at least at the top end of the guidelines and potentially almost as high as the statutory max. Remember, although he's been convicted of all 3 counts, he can only be sentenced on the most severe, which is what carries that statutory max.
Prosecutors are asking for a 30-year sentence, while defense attorney Eric Nelson wants probation. I'm Shelley Adler.
Looks like Wall Street's headed for a higher open in less than 30 minutes. Right now, the Dow futures up 150 points. S&P futures ahead 8. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. It on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelers said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. That's right. Welcome to it. We made it.
Cheers to the freaking weekend. I'll drink to that.
It's a little warm out there, too. Like,
it really is.
It felt a little warm and a little muggy, in all fairness.
Yeah.
And now I look at the humidity. It explains it. It's like 71% humidity right now. So.
It is going to be a bit sticky for a couple of days.
Yeah, but we're going to get wet, I think. Beginning Saturday and then the Saturday night. That's chances are good. And
yeah, it kind of screws up the weekend plans.
Does it?
Well, just because, I'm going to have the kids this weekend. So,
well, outdoor Saturday.
Most of what they want to do is get wet, so I guess we could just go outside in the rain. So there's that.
There is that.
Hey, there's thunderstorms. Let's go play in the thunder and lightning, kids.
I loved doing that when I was a kid.
When I was a kid, dude, it was like one of my favorite things in the world. Playing around right at the beginning of a storm.
Like, especially when they get a good one and they got like the big running puddles and you get to stand and play in them.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed it as a child.
And granted, I grew up in Oklahoma, so it was a little different.
What, in Maryland too? We did.
Game be a little different when you grow up in Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
You gotta mind the storms. Be like, okay, maybe now we should go seek shelter.
Yeah. We didn't have tornadoes often, although they do happen. They matter of fact. When I was in the Air Force, so I was here in New Mexico at this point, but I grew up in a town. I spent my formative years in a town called Waldorf, Maryland. That's where my parents moved there in 1980, and that's where the town I did through. But technically, I spent the first 8 years of my life in PG County. But anyway, there in Waldorf, that's where I kind of grew up and raised. But about 10 miles south of that town of Waldorf is a town called La Plata. It's spelled just like your La Plata.
You mean La Plata, right?
Yeah, but they call it La Plata down there.
So they're wrong? We found this land on a wrong name, and we will force our citizens to say it wrongly for centuries.
And I think y'all guys got it wrong. So, we can have that, the Battle of La Plata, right. Maybe start forming your alliances.
We like our T's a little softer around here. It's da, not ta. It's da.
But they had a Category 5 tornado blow through that town about the time I was in the Air Force. And
that is a coastal tornado is pretty rare.
And it did some damage, took out fortunately no one was seriously hurt. It was one of those ones, but it took out a Kentucky Fried Chicken. It took out a bank, which was impressive because the bank was gone, but the vault was still there. But the rest of the bank was gone.
Nice. That's a commercial for Diebold.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever
and then there was two other businesses that got impacted and things. But yeah, it was a Category 5. They all was said and done, they did the analysts on it and all that, and it was like, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
The town I grew up in, Medill, it was in this weird bowl. So like, the towns on either side, Kingston and what was the town on the other side, Nida. They were both just up on a hill. So we were basically in this valley. So we literally would watch as tornadoes would either go around us or over us. Yeah, so we'd watch weather patterns or watch the news or whatever, and you'd see the storm would work its way around us.
Nice.
It's crazy.
Protection.
Except for this one. There was one that we got, and it messed up most of the downtown area, cut into a tree and
shot through the valley there.
And that was the one. And we're like, we're not safe. So, but yeah, it was. So I experienced one or two of those moments, but they're game changers.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you just got puddles to deal with this weekend.
Did you make it out? Yeah, the kids love puddle jumping. Cool. So there's that.
All right. Well, I think chances this weekend might be happening on that. So let me give everybody the rundown of what we got on tap for today's show. We're going to talk to the folks from the Roswell Public Library here this hour.
Nice.
Get an update from them. I believe it'll be Tracy and Barbara, but just folks from the library is going to come by. We'll talk to them. So we'll get an update what's happening at the library.
We'll talk quietly. They like us to be quiet.
Very true. Very true.
Please be quiet.
In the 8 o'clock hour, we got a busy one. Sheriff Mike Harrington, he normally comes by around that time, so we'll chit-chat with him if he joins us. Congresswoman Yvette Harrell's going to call in about 8:30, so we're going to chat with her as well in the 8:30. So maybe with the sheriff, maybe just her and I, but depends on who's all in the room at the time.
That's an added incentive to get the sheriff in here. You might get the ear of the Congresswoman.
I think he's got that ear anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty sure. He can call her direct and just handle business. I don't think they need me as a conduit for that, but I'll pretend like, hey,
I'll feel important for a minute. Come on.
Yeah. No, I think the McDonald's is more of a lure. He can.
Good point. No, good point. Actually,
he can get his own phone call with the Congresswoman. And then in the 9 o'clock hour today, about 9:15, we're going to have folks from Animal Rescue, Peace of Mind. I looked it up. It's spelled PEACE. You look up PIECE, that's a whole different organization. They're about yelling at you and all this kind of stuff.
I'd imagine. Give you a piece of my mind. I've started a whole foundation on it. You know what I think? .org.
So they're PEACE, Peace of Mind.
I love a good wordplay, well-placed wordplay humor. That's some of my favorite.
Yeah, but I actually wrote PIEC when I did it, and I started typing. I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure it's the other piece." I just absentmindedly was doing it.
Grindsmygears.edu.
So we'll have the folks from the PEACE Peace of Mind organization. They got a cat adoption event coming up this weekend. Yeah, they I think they originated out of Santa Fe, but they rescue pets from all over the state and then get them to places where they can find homes, no kill shelters and things like that. So and obviously. We all know Roswell's got the pet overpopulation problem, so they're helping us out too. So we'll talk with the folks from Peace of Mind and get skinny on what they got going on. Plus, we'll do all of your hourly features that include the news and whatnot.
Ooh, love that whatnot. Get some good whatnot.
That's right. But yeah, the national and the local variety, all of our other features and whatever else we can come up with for today. Before I do anything else, I must thank the fine folks at McDonald's for their, was it rotating? No, I forgot to re-rotate it. But I got to thank the fine folks at McDonald's, as they do each and every Friday, provide us with delicious breakfast treats. I had a hash brown already.
Oh, did you?
I went early with the hash brown. And Tanner, your tea to ice ratio on point. Thank you, sir. That was
nice.
This is a perfectly crafted cup of tea.
Ooh, it's even got the condensation. That means it's perfectly cold.
Yes.
Cold on the inside and the outside.
That's right. It's perfect. So thank you, Tanner.
He nailed it on the single order biscuits and gravy. Not only that, he danced it into me this morning.
Danced it in?
Yeah, like I had some, I was on the country station, I had some country playing, and he like walked into my office, then walked back, and then he kind of a little stretch.
Like a line dance kind of?
Yeah, kind of. I'm like, all right, Tanner, you're serving up breakfast with a smile and a little shimmy.
Maybe a serenade next time.
Right.
He'll do the dance.
Next time I'll have to bring the mandolin.
He'll do the dance and achy, breaky heart. Go on
in. He's walking, he's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Jazz hands.
You ever like heard someone dance like without music? It's pretty funny. Like I've heard a couple of times where like
I did not.
Like famous. The main one was like Michael Jackson. You can take the music out and go. But like people, like when they're moving, they'll usually like they'll whisper stuff to themselves while they're dancing.
Is it so? In my head now, I predict like the birdcage with what's his name doing that and Mazov and Mazov.
Yeah. It's very similar to that. Hang on, what was it? Madonna.
Yeah.
Fosse. Yeah. It's kind of like that.
That's what I got in my head now.
It's kind of like, and I've never actually gotten into a real like fist fight as an adult, but I'd like to imagine if I'm ever going to like full blown punch somebody, I'm going to go, Puh! Like I'm going to say, I'm going to make the sound effect when I do it.
Okay.
Like for added effect,
Sure.
Like I feel like I'm going to provide my own Foley.
Got you. So kind of like if you were out at the shooting range and you're going pew pew along with your gunshot.
But like if you ever hear like get close to somebody when they're dancing, like if they're really getting at it, like they'll provide their own semi soundtrack if you don't, if the DJ don't.
Oh, Shamon.
Shamon indeed.
Thank you to McDonald's. Visit any of your McDonald's in town here, and they got you covered. They delicious treats, and I'm about to dive in one of them breakfast sandwiches. I could eat this morning. I don't know why. Maybe it's the humidity.
Yeah.
It's giving me the...
I'll tell you what it is. The perfect tea to ice ratio really brings the hunger out of you.
Maybe that's what it is. It's
you've been
inside.
Adequately quenched, and now you need to fill that hunger.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. So... I watched Holy Moly last night. You ever watch that show before?
Oh, yeah, the golf show.
Yeah, it's the first time I really watched it.
You really?
Yeah, I never sat down and
Here's
cared.
the thing. I was hoping for more.
Yeah.
Like, I with the commentators, the ones they got, I mean...
Rob Riggle and the other guy.
Yeah, and the other guy. I was hoping for more.
Yeah.
But I feel like they have the same basic jokes every time, the same basic gimmicks it's not Wipeout. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
And Wipeout's not the same either. You don't realize how much... all of these things come together to make a good show.
I'll be honest, I don't like the new announcers as much as the old guys.
Well, for one thing,
I know they're famous.
You can't even see one of them. Just gonna let that one sit.
It is 17. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like we may get a chance of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. In the meantime, sunny and hot today with our high in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with our low near 70, and then mostly sunny tomorrow. Not quite as hot with our high in the low to mid 90s and maybe a shower or thunderstorm. Looks like a good chance of rain and cooler Sunday with our high staying right around 80. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And currently 75 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 71%. Yeah, that's why it feels so muggy out there this morning. Winds are out of the south at 8 miles per hour. Sunny today and hot. 103 the high expected with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 70. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. For you Saturday, there is a 20% chance at rain for the afternoon. Sunny otherwise. Little cooler. That's good. 94 the high tomorrow with north winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then Saturday night and for the next few days after that, our rain chances are pretty good. Saturday night, we're looking at a 60% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 66. Winds will be out of the north 20 to 25 miles per hour. Gusting as high as 35 miles per hour, but later decreasing down to 10 to 15. But going to be a little breezy, and that rain chance there. Sunday, we are looking at a 70% chance at some showers and thunderstorms. Cloudy, high of only 79 with north winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms. They say some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Skies will be cloudy with an overnight low of 63. On Monday, we're looking, the rain chances keep on continuing. 70% chance of rain on Monday. Once again, some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall, mostly cloudy. High of only 75 on Monday. Monday night, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms, overnight low of 64. Tuesday, a 60% chance at showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, 78 for a high. Wednesday, a 60% chance of rain, mostly cloudy, and 83. And then a 50% chance of rain on Thursday as well with 86. So I think beginning Saturday, we got rain chances. I don't know, is this our monsoon season now? I guess, but they're all pretty high chances. So we need the moisture. So hopefully we get it, just not all at once. All right, it is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. We got the folks from the Roswell Public Library going to join us here in just a few minutes. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our reliable nos:1 selling tractors are designed for easy operation and feature all the performance-matched attachments needed to tackle any job. Right now, put 0 down and get 0% APR for 84 months plus save up to $1,200 now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/offers for full disclaimer.
Visit Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell.
Hey, Mark. Morning, Sam.
Having the house remodeled?
Nah, I got termites, and they're chewing the place up.
Welcome to the neighborhood. I've got them too.
Really?
Yeah, just had a termite treatment put in.
You did? I didn't see a lot of digging around your house.
That's because I went with the Centricon termite colony elimination system. It's a lot easier to install than what you're doing. They just place bait stations around the house, and then the termites share the bait with each other until the colony is gone. No digging, no chemical solution, just simple protection that's environmentally responsible.
Wow.
Yeah, I even got a green chemistry award from the EPA.
Centricon, huh? I'll be right back.
Hey, where you going?
Tell these guys to stop digging. I'm getting Centricon.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
Every project, big or small, starts with a solid foundation. Chance Materials is your provider for quality, affordable, ready-mix concrete. No matter the job or project, Chance Materials has the quality products and unmatched customer service you deserve. All at the lowest price possible. Online at chancematerials.com. Call 575-363-3240. Serving the Pecos Valley with plants in Roswell and Carlsbad with ready-mix concrete and more. Chance Materials. Because when a project matters, materials matter most.
They say you can catch a monkey in the jungles of Africa by using a large gourd. All you have to do is cut a hole in the gourd, allowing enough space for the monkey to get his hand through. Place a few treats inside. Then you tie the gourd onto a tree and wait. What happens is the monkey squeezes his hand into the gourd to retrieve the treat. The monkey tries to pull his hand out, but it won't fit because the monkey refuses to let go of the treat. Then you simply throw a net over the lovable creature and he is yours. Now let me know if you try that and it works. But isn't this just like us in the world? We want the goodness and the freedom that God offers, but we refuse to let go of the world. Isn't it just like Satan to set out gourds with tasty treats in them for us to grab? So this week, let go of the world and grab a hold of God. You will be glad you did.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Public Library, Tracy Fry and Peggy Bolin back with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
We're pretty good.
Good? How's life at the library? I know it's got to be getting busy, right? The summer with kids out and everything. Summer reading program, everything. I mean, it's probably a pretty busy time at the library.
Yes, it's busier than it's been. Yes, finally.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's summer and we're ready to go outdoors and do things. And, you can incorporate reading into outdoor activities too. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting under, and here in New Mexico, you can actually get under a shade tree and get shade.
Exactly.
It's not like back, I grew up in Maryland originally, and there's so much humidity, although today is probably not the best case to be making for humidity. But you go back east with like the 112% humidity, and you sit down under a tree, and you're like, hey, it's just as hot here as it was sitting over here.
Exactly.
Not here in love. So we can complain about heat, but at least we got that.
Oh, yes.
So you can maybe go to the library, grab your book, find you a nice big tree to sit under, and watch the day go by.
When it's not windy.
This is true. Slight breeze, 10 to 15. Maybe 5 to 10. Or maybe I'm getting a little specific now.
There you go.
But my point is, if you're looking for things like, and here's another point. I mean, we got the summer reading program for the adults, for the kids going on.
Right.
But traveling, people are now going to start going out and about and doing things. If you're taking road trips, the library can help make that trip a little bit more pleasant for you and the family. Do you guys, I know this was something we talked about before COVID, so I don't know if this is something, and we talked a lot before. Do you know about they used to offer like a pass that for the state of New Mexico that basically you could check it out like a book. and then you have it in your possession for a week, and it lets you access certain museums and facilities across the state for a discount or free prices.
Yes.
Is that still available?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So this is something folks can take advantage of this summer too.
Yes.
If you're gonna now, it's like a library book. You got to check it out, if I remember right. And then, but it's not like a library book because you can't renew it. You get 7 days. That's it. It comes back. Then it's on to the next. First come, first serve. But just go to the front desk and inquire, and they'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And
I've used it.
And there's a whole list of like even if you're going to Lincoln, I think just a day trip up to Lincoln, you get discounts to go there.
Right.
I don't remember all of them, but like almost Santa Fe's got a bunch.
Right.
Cruises has got, I think, the Museum of the Horse and all that, and the Radios to the Cowboy. That's all part of this too. So it's like national park stuff to state museums. I think a lot of those museums, like the science museums and things in Albuquerque, I think all those fall under that umbrella too. The Nuclear Museum, I think, is part of that as well. I don't remember off the top of my head, but go to the library and ask, and you'll get the whole brochure and everything that tells you what you can do. But it's summertime. Might as well take advantage of it.
That's right.
So, as far as the summer reading program, kind of explain the how that works for the kids and for the adults this year.
Okay, with the children, they come in, the parents come and register them, and every week that they come in and check out books, they get an incentive, which is a little prize. They're the younger children, they get to choose something from the treasure box. And if they're the teens, they get to get a coupon to win pizza from Domino's.
Nice.
And the adults, every week that they come in and check out a book, all they need is one book. They fill out a raffle, and they can win it's a gift basket. They get to choose which gift basket they would like.
It's got some various swag in there.
Yes, it has swag in there, yes.
A very nice gift basket.
Cool. Little pampering for the adults there.
Yeah,
exactly. So I like it. But and of course, obviously, this is just all to say, hey, pick up a book and find the real joy. And I know this sounds like a PSA, but the real joy is reading the book. I mean, that's the whole point. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's nice to get the pizza or something like that. But at the end of the day, what we hope is you find this story that draws you in and gets you to love reading. And then when that book's done, you're like, all right, I got to find something else to kind of keep me interested in things like that. And that's kind of the hope is we in a world that we have everything at our fingertips, and even more so now with Netflix and
right.
At least when I was a kid, we had like 3 TV channels. Now is it?
Yeah,
so books could compete a little
and
bit.
You had to turn the channel for your dad.
Yeah, exactly. And get off the couch and go and change. So books could compete a little bit.
Right.
But now, I mean, you're like, they almost beam the movies right to your head now. It's like, I'd love to see that star. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're almost like right there. So books are getting competition here. But you know what? The beauty of the book is you read it at your pace. The only influences you have is your head, really. I mean, you're in the author's words, and there's no one to tell you or how to interpret this or it's you and yours only, and that's something special about that you sometimes don't realize till you take advantage of it and do it, and you're like, okay. This was my time reading. There wasn't kids wanting to get me to do this. There wasn't, I'm not worrying about that job thing I got to take care of in the morning. It really is your escape there too. It doesn't all have to be work. We all think of reading as work and everything else, and they're like, no. Reading is for fun too, and we need to remind ourselves of that sometimes. So. Welcome to the summer reading program.
And I also want to say that we do offer some STEM activities. We have, I believe, 3 more STEM activities coming up.
The little packet kits that we were talking about?
Well, not the STEM kit. Okay. There's the STEM kits, but there's activities. Most of them are fold up.
Okay.
But it was like you meet and actually do it outside the library.
Like a group activity.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. So one is this Saturday.
Okay. Is there still spots left?
No, it's full.
Okay.
It's full. But we still have room in our tie-dye.
Okay.
We're going to do tie-dye in July 21st.
So sign up probably ASAP on that one.
Well, we'll have plenty because we're asking everyone to bring their own item to tie-dye. So.
Okay, so it'll be plenty. Come and go. But bring your own tie-dye shirt, I guess.
Exactly.
Shirt
or socks or whatever you want to tie-dye.
Yeah, I guess so. 60s expanded. It's not just shirts anymore. You can tie-dye anything.
Your mask, whatever.
Maybe leave underwear at home. Maybe stick it to outer garments. Maybe. Keep it to outer garments.
Thank you for that.
Yes, we appreciate that.
Now, if they're like ginormous boxer shorts or something they're having fun with, then maybe we could, like we're going to hang them on a wall, big. But, more intimate apparel, let's leave that at home.
Yeah.
Let the professionals decorate those for you. But the rest come on down. And that's going to be in July?
July 21st.
21st, all right. But so put it on the calendars. I would tell if you're a social media, Facebook or Instagram, I think that's the two you guys really do a lot of work on as far as pictures and things.
I know, definitely Facebook.
Facebook. I would invite you to follow the Roswell Public Library on Facebook. That way, you're going to be one of the first to know about when these events come up because they put them all right there. But second, too, is you get a chance to see what the community's doing. I know, like when you have certain like the group activities and things, you're going to post pictures up of that when or just just the things happening in the library. You get to kind of glimpse of what's going on there, and of course, it's a good reminder from time to time because when you're sitting there going through life on your Facebook, it's like, oh yeah, they got that at the library. That'd be great for the kids this weekend, or I'd like to do that. Whatever it is. So I invite you to just that way. Because sometimes things just slip by your radar, and you find out when you're sitting there at the home at the end of the day, just
we missed that.
Checking out what's going on, So I invite folks, especially if you got kids. But if you're here locally in Roswell, I mean, the library is for everybody. I know we always gear and kind of steer in the direction of kids, and that's important because the kids, especially with COVID and everything, we've got a lot of making up to do as far as getting them back to where they should be at their education levels. And this summer is that opportunity. Summer reading program can certainly be a tool for that. So if you're a family and you're going, I know homeschooling this last year with COVID and all that, it's really put us behind the eight ball, and I'm a little bit nervous when they go back to the fall if they're going to be ready to kind of keep up. And fine-tuning by participating in the summer reading program. I don't care if your child's in first grade or 10th grade. It doesn't matter. That reading, that just keeping that, it just keeps the brain kind of fresh. It's like, unfortunately, it's like exercise. You got to stretch before you do it. This is like stretching before you go do that. It keeps the brain sharp, keeps things going, and at the same time, you're not giving them books that they have to read because that's what's on the set list. This is their chance to read whatever they want. If it's in the library, it's at their fingertips, and that's a big deal. You just got to sell it that way. That's that's what kids don't. They're like reading because they like, I don't want to read because they don't like the story. It's about something in a faraway land that has nothing to do with their relation to or connecting to. But if you go, all right, well, what books do you like? And let them walk through and they see the section with the cool, covers and everything on it. Like, all right, that's got fire and dragons. That looks kind of cool. I like that.
Right.
Oh, that one's got like that's what they say. You can't judge a book by a cover unless you're a little kid, and I really think you really do judge a book by its cover. But as far as how to sign up and everything, kind of give folks the details on. It's just really a trip to the library, I think.
Exactly. Or they can even call if they wanted to sign. They want information, just call the library.
Okay.
And if they're just signing up, like for tie-dye, for instance, they can call and we can put them on the list.
Okay. The only requirement to participate in the summer reading program, and it's not a big ask, is you have to be a member in good standing at the library. It means you have to have a library card. Right. Guess how much they cost? Not a penny. They're free.
That's right. They're free.
Completely free. The only time they get expensive is when you don't return books.
Oh, yeah.
and then most of the stories don't end in that one where I had the book for 87 years and I brought it back and the fine was going to be $4,070, but we all laughed and gave it back. This day and age, we're like, no, we're collecting that money. We need it for this. You seen the budget? Man, they need us to give us money. But please come out and get involved with that. Peggy, while we're talking about the summer reading and all that, talk a little bit about some of the STEM stuff that you're offering for families too to take advantage of during the summer and really any time that outside of school.
Well, this Saturday, unfortunately, it's closed. That we have enough people. Barbara Chavez, who's the other STEM instructor, she's going to be heading a STEM class on layers of the ocean. It'll be about the oceans and oil spills and all that. It's going to be really, really nice.
Good.
It's going to be a great educational...
Not oil spills, but education.
Yeah, it's going to be a great educational...
Not oil spills, so I was like, great! Wait a
minute. But a great STEM lesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the next one she's going to be doing is on solar ovens.
Okay.
So solar cooking and solar ovens.
That's the future of the easy bake oven, I guess.
Yeah,
that's the next
right.
level. We went solar. That light bulb ain't cutting it no more.
And then the last one's going to be about snap circuits.
Oh, cool. So they're going to learn about electronics. They're going to learn,
Energy.
The solar stuff. There's little electronics in that too.
Ocean energy and electronics.
Absolutely.
Circuits.
And also too, you guys have the packet kits too as well, that families that can work with their kids.
Kits?
Yeah, they're STEM at home kits, and they're all, so basically it's a lesson in a packet. Basically, it's almost got like verbatim, step by step on how to do the lesson. It's got pretty much all the materials. There might be one or two things like some paper or like a little, just things you have around the house that may be
yardstick.
Incorporated into the project there.
Right.
But yeah, you just check them out, and you can do them. I don't know, one a week or whatever it is you guys want to do. But you can set that up as a fun way. So if you have some kids that had a little struggling in their science and math and those types of things, or they just maybe they aren't exposed enough to it, maybe pick a couple days throughout the summer here to just check one of these out, sit down with them and say, hey, let's have some fun here. And you don't have to sell it like a lesson. Turn it into something, something fun. And they don't realize it's something they're learning and education. They don't, but it's really a great opportunity. Again, just come to the library there, ask. They'll be happy to give you any information on all that stuff and show you where it is. There's lots of resources too. Something else I want to mention is if you're a member in good standing, there's a lot of services available to you via online that you could.
Yes.
You could, and I say this, and then I always precursor. I don't recommend this, but you could do this. You could literally access a very big hunk of the library and never set foot in the library just through the online services and things like that. It's not the best idea, but if you need stuff in a pinch or you're traveling or whatever, it's very handy and very convenient there too. But like if you're looking for audiobooks, things like that, and access to periodicals and I think even tutoring and stuff, right? There's some programs to help high school or elementary or college age students with tutoring and things like that. Right. There's a lot of resources through the and all of it free of charge as long as you're got a card in good standing. So I don't think people are like, where can I go? You realize the library is a very huge resource for many, many things other than tax forms and newspapers.
That's right.
That's true.
Very
true. What else do we want to mention? Is there some other stuff we want to let folks know about?
Well, remember we had the problem with our children's area. It was flooded last year.
Yeah.
So we'll be about 95% done with repairing it.
Okay.
So it's going to be like a soft opening in the beginning of July.
Okay.
So you can come in and walk into the children's area. But we're going to have a grand opening on August 28th.
Okay.
We're going to have costume character there.
Okay.
We're going to have a ribbon to cut and everything.
So we're going to have like a sneak peek or a preview, and then we'll have the big party in August to put on our fancy duds and come in and have a celebration.
Well, you don't have to put on fancy duds.
Theoretically,
but you could if you wanted to.
I wear a tuxedo and everything.
Come on down with a tux.
But yeah, that's great too. Yes. I was going to make a joke about the new kids section's actually in an ark, just in case the water busts again.
Really.
Float it on over here.
Exactly.
But that was one of those things, and everyone, I think, at first was like, was this covert? It's like, actually, no, we had a water main burst that did some serious flood damage there to that part of the library, and it was shut down for a while there.
It's been shut down since June.
Yeah, I mean, but the whole library, I think, was shut down for a little bit, wasn't it?
Due to COVID.
Yeah, due to COVID.
Yes, but due to the flooding, too.
Oh, to the flooding.
Yeah,
I thought the flooding was kind of, but good news is it's there, but get ready for the big party in August. But in the meantime, come check out and see if you need to check out books and things and see some of the the new library smell it's got. It's like new car smell, but new kids library smell. Get there before it wears off. And of course, don't forget whatever your resources for adults, for kids, the library is there. It's. I mean, if you need help, even if it like help navigating government forms, documents, things like that. A lot of times librarians will sit down and help you directly with that kind of stuff. They're just full of good information, resources, people. It's a place if you need help, navigating something, the library is a good place to start sometimes. And even if you can't get help directly, like, all right, this is, something but if you go down to this office over here or talk to this person, we can put you in connection. They can help you more aggressively than we can on this one. But library is a place to start for, if you're really lost on, I don't know where to begin, I'd just go on to the library and they'll put you in the right direction, if not to help you directly on pretty much anything, related to navigating the life on some of this stuff. So, even if you're like, all right, now kids, I'm going to tell you something. Y'all ask stuff like, how did y'all know how to do this stuff before the internet and all that? Like nowadays you watch a YouTube video on how, I was like, we have manuals and they are all at the library. Like, I was like, you want to learn how to do something? We went to the library and then we got a book on it,
Right.
Yeah,
a book?
That's what we did before we went to YouTube and watched a video.
Right. Or we taught each other.
Yeah, exactly. Where you pass that down.
Right.
But I don't know how many times, even even for basic stuff like recipes and stuff, people go check out cookbooks and say, "Hey, let's get some," I know car guys, like those Chilton manuals and things. Those are very expensive, and libraries would have them. So you're like, I'm going to go to the library and check one out here, and you probably made a bunch of money on copies at the copy machine back in the day.
Yeah.
Because I know
Probably
we used to
did.
do a lot of copying back then. But please, I just want to saying this to remind folks that the library is there for you as a resource, as for fun, for education, for everything in between, and that is you pay for it. This is what you pay your taxes for, and all. Please utilize these resources. That's why they're there. If you're having trouble getting the kids to see clearly through this, let the library be that conduit to help you open that world up to them. And I mean, this is the library is a partner with you as much as you are. We talk about takes a village and all this. This is what we talk about. Utilize these resources to help nourish and enrich your children. So that's my thoughts on that. What else? Is there anything else we need to mention or anything we want to let?
Let's see. Oh, well, we're going to be giving out these little sticky aliens, and I wish I had brought one, but I just forgot. For the UFO festival weekend, if you stop by the library on Friday or Saturday, you'll get one.
All right. So when you're out and about doing UFO Fest, make sure you swing by the library and get your official library sticky guy, alien.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, alien. And you can take a picture with our alien Zach, who's sitting at the front door. So if you would like to do that, you may.
Okay.
And then we're getting our programs together for the fall.
Okay,
so.
Perfect. And of course, you get your fancies tickled on all this UFO stuff and you want to do some more research and reading, come on by the library. I'm sure there's a book or two about UFOs in there that can help you along the way. Mm-hmm. That would be oddly weird if you go to the Roswell Library and like, nope, we don't know nothing about that stuff. There ain't a book here in the whole place about UFO.
I know, really.
Then people be like, that's a conspiracy. Let's dig into this.
Yes. Definitely.
But please come. And I'm not trying to cut in on bookstores because I know you make money selling books and things, but when new books come out, the library gets them too.
Yes.
And you can get them there for free. Just saying. So if you're like, man, I want that new John Grisham, but I hate paying $40 for a new book.
Check it out.
Go to the library. There's new books there too. So sign up for the summer reading program. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. And especially if you're a reader already.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a reader already, might as well get some free swag for doing some reading. And so when you come down, sign up, pick up a couple books from the library there, take them home, read them, and get involved with it. And like I said, I think the breeding program works best when you do it as a family, too. So I recommend if you sign your children up, I would sign up with them as an adults. And you can do it together. I think, you can ask about the rules and stuff, but I think some of like the adult reading counts, if you're reading to the younger ones and things like that, too, is part of all of that. You can ask the librarians about the specifics. But generally speaking, when you incorporate the family in that, you kind of, have better results and better participation. But I think it's just a more fun experience if you do it that way. So,
True.
If anybody has any questions, of course, you can always go to the website. The library has their website through the city's website, roswell-nm.gov. But I think if there's like a code / something, blah, 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 take you to the library. Just click the thing that says Roswell Public Library.
Or just Google it.
Or Google it.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Just Google.
But the city has the website, and you go through the thing. But anyway, it'll get you there. Also, like we said earlier, follow and like the Roswell Public Library on Facebook. Another excellent way to stay up to date and things. And of course, when you go to the library, you can get the little calendars and things to put up on the fridge if you're wanting to know about like some of the activities and things. Some of these events we were talking about, you can get those calendars and put them up in your fridge and kind of circle and mark and remind you when they're coming up too. If that's a helpful way for you guys to stay on track of that kind of stuff. So, very good. Is there anything we missed?
No, I don't think so. We still offer the library on the go. So if the patrons they can call in and order their books, and we can have them they can drive through and we'll just hand it out the window.
So if you don't feel comfortable coming in,
or you don't have the time.
Yeah, or don't have the time.
Right, exactly.
That's true. Although, make the time. It's part of the fun of going to libraries.
That's right.
Is kind of going there and not knowing exactly what you want. You just maybe have an idea or something, and then just let the book find you. I mean, that kind of happens sometimes. So if you got time, I recommend that. But if you don't, and you want to do the library on the go, and like, I want this, and I want it now, and I want you to put it out the window, and I'm going to drive by and grab it. But no problem. The library will help you out there, too.
Yeah.
So, well, awesome. Well, thank you, ladies. Have a great weekend. Stay cool and dry.
Yeah, dry. I heard the forecast.
Yeah, we got some rain coming.
Oh, my gosh.
Say cool today and dry in the next couple of days.
That's
That's keep your powder dry. Is that what they say? I don't know. It sounds important. But anyway. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
All right.
All right. It is 7:47. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on local news. We got your Kim Commando update, your Town Hall business report, and local sports coming up as well. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. With temperatures regularly soaring into the 90s and even triple digits in Roswell and other areas of southeast New Mexico, police say it's critically important for all of us to be well aware of the danger hot vehicles pose to young children who might not be able to get out of the vehicles on their own. Parents and other child caregivers must raise their awareness of the importance of never leaving kids inside unattended vehicles. The temperature inside a parked vehicle can quickly reach lethal levels in hot or even warm weather. Babies and other young children and pets are not able to get out on their own. The Roswell Police Department, Roswell Fire, reminding all of us that it takes just a brief distraction or trying to hurry through a busy day or dealing with stress or other emotions to cause a parent or other caregiver to exit a vehicle without thinking about the child who was along on the trip. Don't let a moment of forgetfulness turn into a tragedy. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Senator Marco Rubio is proposing a bill to rein in the power of big tech. I'm Kim Commando asking if you agree. Brought to you by SimpliSafe, making people feel safe at home for the past 15 years. Go to simplysafekim.com today to get a free HD security camera. Right now, Twitter, Facebook, Google, social media, and all of big tech can publish anything and not be held accountable for the outcome. Truth, lies, rumors, it doesn't matter. A year ago, big tech shut down all conversations about the origin of COVID-19. Twitter suspended a Chinese virologist who said that the virus was man-made. Facebook prohibited all users from posting anything suggesting that the virus came from a lab in Wuhan, China. Rubio's bill will punish Facebook and social media that censors a specific user's viewpoint, and it will make social media responsible for everything it publishes, just like newspapers and radio and television. I agree. Do you? Get more tech news 24/7 at commando.com. We all take a little risk every day when we go online, whether we think about it or not. We think, well, it probably won't be our connection that's interrupted by hackers or our data that gets used against us. But using the internet without ExpressVPN, well, that's like driving without car insurance. Every single time you connect to an unencrypted network, any hacker on the same network can gain complete access to your personal data, whether it's your passwords, financial details, or other sensitive information. ExpressVPN protects you by creating a secure encrypted tunnel between your device. It'll take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. And ExpressVPN can be used on all your devices. Just fire up the app and click one button to get started. That's it. So secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Kim. And when you're there, you'll get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. That address, expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like we may get a chance of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. In the meantime, sunny and hot today with our high in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with our low near 70, and then mostly sunny tomorrow, not quite as hot with our high in the low to mid 90s and maybe a shower or thunderstorm. Looks like a good chance of rain and cooler Sunday with our high staying right around 80. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Southeastern New Mexico Sports Report. There's 4 state championships in softball to be crowned the next couple of days, and in all 4 games we've got a local entrant. The last 2 spots were filled up yesterday, and what a way to get there for the Carlsbad Cave Girls. In the Class 5A semifinals, Carlsbad trailed 3-0 going into their last chance, the bottom of the 7th, but Carlsbad scores 4 and beats Los Lunas. Carlsbad plays Cleveland Saturday at 4 at UNM. Artesia will be playing for the 4A championship. The Bulldogs, Lady Dogs, shut out Silver yesterday 4-0. They'll play top-seeded Gallup Saturday at noon. Today at noon, you've got Loving in the Class 2A championship against number 1 Tularosa. That starts at noon. And at 4 o'clock in Class 3A, you've got Dexter playing number 3 West Las Vegas for the championship. That's also at UNM. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at 92.9, The Brand.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Congress has overturned a set of regulations enacted in the final days of the Trump administration that effectively allowed payday lenders to avoid state laws capping interest rates. Thursday's vote to overturn the true lender rules marked the first time Democrats in Congress successfully overturned regulations using the Congressional Review Act. A Nigerian information technology worker in Seattle has been indicted on federal wire fraud and identity theft charges after authorities said he and his co-conspirators filed false claims for pandemic-related unemployment benefits in 17 states. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 322 points to close at 34,196. The Nasdaq was up 98 to 14,369, and the S&P 500 rose 24 to 4,266. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
When you need an oil change, but you don't want to sit at the shop all day, call Nazca Quick Lube. They're new to town, and what makes them unique is that they come to you. As your car is parked at work or wherever, they will change the oil and provide a tire rotation and restore your headlights, so you don't have to spend hours sitting at the shop. Call 808-9134. That's 808-9134. Nazca Quick Lube. Let their quality service come to you.
Customizable office equipment is one stop away at PTS Office Systems. Of course, you and the business next door do different things, so you need different office equipment. PTS Office Systems has fully customizable office equipment in stock, waiting to be delivered to your business. Get fully customized office equipment to meet your office's specific needs. The day and age of one-size-fits-all office equipment is gone. Shop around at PTS Office Systems today at 217 North Main in downtown Roswell.
They say you can catch a monkey in the jungles of Africa by using a large gourd. All you have to do is cut a hole in the gourd, allowing enough space for the monkey to get his hand through. Place a few treats inside. Then you tie the gourd onto a tree and wait. What happens is the monkey squeezes his hand into the gourd to retrieve the treat. The monkey tries to pull his hand out, but it won't fit because the monkey refuses to let go of the treat. Then you simply throw a net over the lovable creature and he is yours. Now let me know if you try that and it works. But isn't this just like us in the world? We want the goodness and the freedom that God offers, but we refuse to let go of the world. Isn't it just like Satan to set out gourds with tasty treats in them for us to grab? So this week, let go of the world and grab a hold of God. You will be glad you did.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years, from in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. Name to remember.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Bluebell introduced the original cookies and cream ice cream. So every time you dig into that familiar creamy vanilla ice cream that's loaded with chunks of chocolate cream cookies, you can say thanks. You're more than welcome.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at Albertsons United Supermarkets and all Farmers Country Markets.
Friday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show will break down the proposed infrastructure bill and what the details are as all of those start to roll out.
Plus, we also have new reporting on some possible side effects of vaccines that may affect people under 18, even thinking about whether they should get in line. We'll get into that and more coming up 12 to 3, coast to coast on the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show.
Travis and Sexton are on Roswell's Talk FM weekdays at 10. Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning, 7:57. Stay tuned next hour. We'll probably have Sheriff Mike Harrington join us about 8:15. We'll have Congresswoman Yvette Harold join us on the phone about 8:30 next hour. So we got all that and more. Stay tuned for that. But if I would like to, before we do any of that, I'd like to invite you to swing on by Zia Guns USA here in Roswell. They've got 22 caliber, the Rossi 22 caliber rifles on sale right now for only $149 while supplies last. They are now a full line Tacticam dealer. These are the same ones you see on all the hunting shows worldwide. Also, they've got a new shipment of Benchmade knives and case knives in stock at Zia Guns USA here in Roswell. Also, they're buying guns. And if you're looking to sell a gun, they've got cash on hand in the store and are ready to make that sale to you today. It is a gun store, so they don't mind bragging about a store full of cash. Who's going to rob a gun store during the day? They always try that one at night. They usually don't get very well. I mean, some of them do. But anyway, sorry. I digress. Swing on by. They got you covered. But make an offer. Everything. You'll walk out the door. Cold, hard cash. Also, they are carrying Black Rifle coffee now. So if you're a big coffee drinker, they've got the whole line of Black Coffee Rifle types and things there at Zia Guns USA. Also, they are the only authorized Dr. Squatch retailer in the region. So if you've seen the Dr. Squatch soaps on lines where I've been seeing them, they've got them right there. You can smell them. Taste them, I guess, if that's your thing. Whatever you want, they got them right there in front of you. And, of course, if you've got a birthday or an event coming up, they've got gift certificates, too. So if you've got someone on your shopping list that just don't know what to get them, gift certificate, they got you covered. Stop by locally owned Zia Guns USA at 1907 North Main here in Roswell. The only gun store to be open on Sundays but closed on Saturdays because they spend Saturdays with family, and you should too. Zia Guns USA here in Roswell, 1907 North Main Street. All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. We are going to pause for news, and we'll be back on the other side to start hour number 2. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We'll be back.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. No rest for the weary at the scene of the deadly condo building collapse at Surfside, Florida.
The search and rescue team worked throughout the night.
Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava
It was a very active scene from above and below. And we also brought heavy machinery onto the site to assist with the operation.
The death toll has risen to 4, while 120 people have been accounted for, 159 others still missing. Search and rescue crews continue the painstaking search for people trapped in the rubble. The searchers using sniffer dogs along with high-tech gear to aid in their work. There's been a lot of speculation, but nothing definitive yet on the cause of the building collapse. Sentencing scheduled today for former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, convicted of murder in the death of George Floyd. Former federal prosecutor David Weinstein notes prosecutors seeking decades in prison for Chauvin.
I'm expecting a sentence that's going to be at least at the top end of the guidelines and potentially almost as high as the statutory max. Remember, although he's been convicted of all 3 counts, he can only be sentenced on the most severe, which is what carries that statutory max.
Chauvin is appealing his conviction. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has green-lighted another congressional investigation of the U.S. Capitol riot, which Pelosi and other Democrats often refer to as an insurrection.
It is imperative that we establish the truth of that day.
House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy says that Pelosi sought no GOP input on the select committee that will conduct the investigation. He says Pelosi ignored repeated requests to talk about it. Stocks have turned mixed on Wall Street. Right now, the Dow is up 182 points. The NASDAQ, 17 points lower. The S&P trading 7 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Are you dealing with personal or business tax issues with the IRS? Does the thought of wage garnishments, bank levies, tax penalties, or having to engage with the IRS worry you? Owing taxes to the IRS or state can be stressful, and ignoring them can make your situation worse. At Federal Tax Law Group, we help individuals and businesses reduce debts and negotiate with the IRS Fresh Start program. Our assistance can save you from drowning in taxes and may even keep you free of prosecution. With over 2 decades of experience, our tax professionals understand your needs and will customize a tax solution that's in your best interest. Call Federal Tax Law Group at 800-500-9172 for a free consultation to discuss resolving your tax problem. That's 800-500-9172. Again, 800-500-9172. Or visit us online at federaltaxlawgroup.com.
China has promoted Hong Kong's top security official to the territory's number 2 spot as Beijing continues its crackdown on free speech and political opposition.
John Lee has served in the police force for much of his career. His promotion from security secretary to the number 2 official in Hong Kong was approved by Beijing, which has overseen a sweeping curtailment of freedom since its national security law came in last year. A further tightening of the legislation is planned. After his appointment, Mr. Lee said Beijing's reforms had turned chaos into governance, but some critics said this appointment and the promotion of the territory's police chief to Mr. Lee's old role is turning Hong Kong into a police state.
The BBC's Michael Bristow. After months of frustration and delay, Japan hitting a remarkable benchmark of 1 million coronavirus vaccinations. This is the Tokyo Olympics set to start in less than a month. News and analysis at townhall.com. Microsoft unveiling the next generation of its operating system. It's Windows 11.
It's got a new start menu along with other features. The newest version of Microsoft's flagship operating system will be a successor to today's Windows 10, which the company introduced in 2015. Windows 11 is expected to become available later this year on new computers and other devices. Users can also get it as a free update if you have Windows 10. In a challenge to rival Apple, the company also announced that it won't force app developers to pay fees to Microsoft for using its App Store. I'm Shelley Adler.
The hunt continues for the gunman who shot a 26-year-old Daytona Beach police officer in the head on Wednesday night. The officer hospitalized in critical condition. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow is up 190 points, while the NASDAQ is down 13. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope all of you are in happiness like I, that you get to enjoy some time downtime.
It just tastes better in your mouth, the word Friday, doesn't it?
It does. Well, for us, because it's always McDonald's Friday. So it tastes like delicious, breakfast treats.
Breakfast treats taste like hash browns.
Which it could be for you.
Or hunch browns, as my daughter calls them.
Maybe emulate us. Make your Friday a McDonald's Friday.
That's right.
And just say, you know what, every Friday I'm going to go swing through and grab me and the family a little breakfast. Or maybe lunch is your fare. But either way, swing on by. They got you covered.
I would encourage you to do that, but also snap a picture of whatever McDonald's breakfast treats you happen to pick up. Throw it up in the comments section.
You know what? I'll even
Let
go
us see how you
one above
Fridays.
there, because McDonald's will customize.
Absolutely, they will.
So, and Tanner's an aficionado of creating combinations. You know how I roll and Sean roll. So, be like us and say, you know what? Guess what I tried, guys? Breakfast fish. No, I'm like.
That's on the road. That's road food.
It is. But you'd be like, you know what? I went bacon and sausage on my McGriddle. What's up?
Okay. And now let me take it one step further. How daring are you to ask the McDonald's employee to customize your sandwich for you? Would you be willing to order a, let's say, Egg McMuffin? But I want hash browns for the muffin. Ooh. Charge me for 2 hash browns. I want hash browns for the muffin instead of the muffin. So I want an Egg McHash brown.
Okay.
And then take a picture of that showing us that, yes, you're amazing. Go beyond the what's expected of you. McDonald's employees will do that for you. I'm putting a lot on you guys.
Of course, if it was my dream sandwich, I keep the McMuffins and just throw the hash brown on and keep going.
Inside of it?
I'm like, more party people.
See, but I feel like that messes up the ratio of the dry of the muffin to the moisture of the hash brown.
Well, my problem is I'm a grease spreader apparently, and I don't want to wear said sandwich the rest of the day.
Oh,
and if it's hash brown outer, that's going to make my fingers all, and then I guess I do this.
Them on the
I don't know
shirt,
what I do,
and
but I guess I do.
Stains on the shirt.
So I got my wife saying, no, you can't do that.
Do you eat your breakfast sandwiches with the shell off? You just eat straight through it. They make them. It's made from an edible paper. Just eat it with the shell on. It saves a lot of time. You don't get greasy fingers. It's more fiber in your diet.
This explains a lot, Sean.
Do not try this at home.
I'm looking out for you. The McDonald's Corporation is looking out for you, and they have been for years. And people are denying it. They're getting grease everywhere, messing up all their car interiors.
All right, I got to put a disclaimer up. Kids, do not eat the paper.
Don't eat the paper.
Unwrap said sandwich first.
That's actually a meme I saw online. It's like, y'all eat your burgers with the shell on. I did have a big bite out of it.
I did see, like, it was one of those articles where they, 20 people who do these, and it was one who was like, man, I don't know why it's a big deal about these hard-boiled eggs. It's all crunchy. And he's like, you're supposed to take the shell off. And he's like, you're supposed to take the shell off first.
I just don't understand the appeal. These bananas is horrible. That terrible chewy outside.
Yeah,
it's all slimy on the inside.
That stick in the end, really, you gotta wash that down.
You really do. A lot of chewing there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck the deal is with oranges. That's just terrible. Just bitter.
They say put the zest on, but I've ate the zest. The zest is gross. Don't eat whole zest.
Zest your zest first.
But it's fully clean.
It is.
It's zest fully clean.
Mm-hmm.
That was the official soap as a kid.
Was it?
Zest.
Mine was because Lever 2000 for half of my life, and then it was Irish Spring for the back half.
Yeah. No,
I've only just recently changed from Irish Spring.
You know what? I take that back. It was the for a long time it was the zest.
Mm-hmm.
But then somewhere in my high school days, Mother stopped purchasing the zest and only purchased her Foo Dove for everybody.
No, with 1/4 moisturizer.
So I had Foo Dove in my high school years. But man, did I smell delightful.
You know what? It works. You feel your skin feels rejuvenated. I
was a pimply faced kid who smelled like Dove.
See, here's the cool thing. Somewhere along the line, I think it was probably about 2 or 3 years ago, somebody figured out, hey, dudes like washing themselves too, and now they have the Dove men's line.
I have them.
So you get your 1/4 moisturizer.
Matter of fact, there was a bar in my shower.
Yeah. Did you get one of the massager bars with the nubs?
I've had those.
Those are great.
This particular flavor I have right now is not that. It's the one in the black and the red, whatever the red stripe is on there.
I just picture a bar of soap sitting in your bathroom, just with one gigantic bite taken out of it.
In a hair.
I like this flavor.
One gigantic bite and one hair.
And one hair right next to it. You avoided the hair, which I respect.
Well, I don't want
most of it.
What hair I do have falls out, and the rest I'm just not. You see my legs.
We know that you shave your legs so you're faster, and you get faster times on your miles. We all know.
Can we dispel that rumor? Can my wife dispel that I do not shave my legs? You can try to dispel that rumor
all you want.
Can you tell them I've never shaved my legs?
He does not shave his legs. And it ticks me off because his legs are smoother than mine.
Let me ask you something.
Dadgummit.
How often do you spend time with him in the restroom? Does the man have access to a razor?
Yeah, I shave my face.
Boom, mic dropped.
But, Sean...
Prove me wrong.
Sean, as people know that shave their legs, and as guys know, if you try to shave your face after your wife uses your razor to shave her legs, you're going to get your face destroyed.
That's true.
I have a razor.
Okay.
I shave here, not sometimes, not very often, but I do.
Harry's or like a Dollar Shave?
At the moment, it's a Harry's.
So you have more than one. You have more than one blade. Every man has the dedicated body blade and the dedicated face blade, and don't act like you don't. I do.
You give me a lot of credit. Like, I have time to be swapping blades and everything. I have them
It's a quick swap. It's a pop-on, pop-off situation.
Unless you go digging through the innards of the back drawer to where these pile of blades reside.
You're awfully defensive about not shaving your legs.
I have a witness that can tell you.
A witness who.
So now, are you questioning the word of my wife?
I'm just saying, El Chapo managed.
Wait a second. Okay, now we have a problem.
I spin the tables back to you, sir.
Oh, you're good. You're good. This man is playing 3D chess right here. Oh man. Okay. No, I don't question your wife and her word. No, sir. I do in fact say that even El Chapo managed to escape from prison. Tables back on you. Even a man who was supervised 23 hours a day managed to escape from prison.
Yeah, because he has evil in his heart.
And
I'm pure as the driven snow.
And access to a
No, you're not. No, you're not.
So when it comes to razors, Sean, do you really believe that you're that hairy?
I believe that parts of me are.
I don't have a body razor.
You really?
Yeah.
You should look. I mean, I just think that most gentlemen should look into at least owning more than one blade, because you don't want to mix up your blades. Keep them separated for sure. Yeah. But it's important to have.
I would go one better and just buy a separate grooming product for your said grooming and
sure.
You decide you need to do that.
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying I've never groomed things. I just don't need to on my legs because they're au natural.
And I take
that's
point,
what I'm saying.
And I present to you that I live in a trailer park and can't afford Manscaped. So I opt for the Harry's.
You can afford a bag of Bix, can't you?
Why don't you go suck a bag of Bix? McDonald's with 2 locations right here in Roswell. Don't forget to download the app to save yourself money. You are actually throwing your money away if you don't download that app because you can use it even when you're spending cash through the drive-thru.
Yeah, it is a great deal. And download the app just to get in on when they pop up the special $4.99 20-piece chicken nugget. That's the only reason I need the app.
Yep.
It's delightful.
It is fantastic.
It is. It's very good. 8:15. Sheriff may join us here. We're going to have Congresswoman Yvette Harrell call in about 8:30 as well. So we're going to get all that going on this hour and whatever else we can come up here. But before we do any of that, let us tell you about the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like we may get a chance of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. In the meantime, sunny and hot today with our high in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with our low near 70, and then mostly sunny tomorrow, not quite as hot with our high in the low to mid 90s and maybe a shower or thunderstorm. Looks like a good chance of rain and cooler Sunday with our high staying right around 80. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 75 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 71%. Winds currently out of the south at 8 miles per hour. For today, sunny and hot, a high of 103. South winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 70. Winds will be out of the south 10 to 15 miles per hour. For the weekend, we've got rain in the forecast. Starting on Saturday, we're looking at a 20% chance at some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Sunny and a high of 94 on Saturday with north winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then Saturday night, okay, hold on. I just got a message from the Congresswoman's person there and something that doesn't look good. Sounds like a delay, but I'll get to that. Let me finish the weather first. I just saw something there that popped up. But beginning Saturday night, that's where it's going to get squirrely as far as the rain goes. We're looking at a 50% chance at rain showers on Saturday evening. Likely, and they're talking late, like they're talking like overnight. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 66. Breezy though, north winds 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. So we'll be windy Saturday night. Sunday, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Cloudy, high of 79 with north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, a 70% chance of showers. They're saying some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall Sunday night. Cloudy otherwise with an overnight low of 60. Monday, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Once again, some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Mostly cloudy and 75 on Monday. Monday night, we're looking at a 70% chance of rain. Mostly cloudy, 64. Tuesday, 60% chance of rain, mostly cloudy and 78, 60% chance of rain Tuesday night with an overnight low of 65. Wednesday, a 60% chance of rain, otherwise mostly cloudy and 83. And then Thursday, even a 50% chance of rain, mostly cloudy and 86. So the storm chances pretty good beginning Saturday night and then kind of continuing on for pretty much a week there. All right, it is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and I'd like to invite you to move on over to the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop in downtown Roswell. They're utterly stocked. Get the pun there, with all kinds of fabrics, floor prints, seasonal fabrics, everything you need to get your projects done. And right now, brand new to the Calico Cow, they've got new Brother sewing machines. They're available and on sale. Learn more and shop online at their website, roswellquilting.com, or move on over to the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. They're located here in downtown Roswell, right across Reichman Park here on between 3rd and 4th Street. They're right there. Can't miss them. And if you want to know how, come shop the cow. Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. Great local business. Great people. They just, like even during COVID, they were out making masks and getting in the early day, like day one when this is all going down. And when they couldn't be open, but they're out there doing stuff. It's just a great local business. Support local and support a great business. Calico Cow. They looking for fabrics, everything. Angel and her folks over there, they do an amazing job. Swing on by. They good just a good business and good people. All right, it is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be back. I'll just sort out if the Congresswoman's going to call us or not there. It might be running late. We'll do all that, and then I will be back with you on the other side. Don't go away.
This is a nasty little termite. It loves nothing better than to eat your house, your subfloors, your walls, around your windows, and then they swarm around taunting you.
We're eating your house. We're eating your house.
You'd like to kill them, wouldn't you? But you don't want trenches dug around your home, and you don't want holes in your foundation. That's where Dow AgroSciences and the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System come to the rescue. The same system that protects the White House can help protect your house. An authorized operator strategically places Centricon stations around your house and then carefully monitors them for termites. If they're found, a professional inserts bait tube devices. The termites take the bait and they die.
I feel like I'm dying.
Kind of like that, only a lot more effective. In fact, Centricon is proven to eliminate the termite colony. Termites are gone with Centricon. No more colony, no more problem. Visit Centricon.com.
Call Bob Reed Pest Control today in Roswell, 623-5344, or anywhere in southeast New Mexico at 877-623-5344.
They say you can catch a monkey in the jungles of Africa by using a large gourd. All you have to do is cut a hole in the gourd, allowing enough space for the monkey to get his hand through. Place a few treats inside. Then you tie the gourd onto a tree and wait. What happens is the monkey squeezes its hand into the gourd to retrieve the treat. The monkey tries to pull his hand out, but it won't fit because the monkey refuses to let go of the treat. Then you simply throw a net over the lovable creature and he is yours. Now let me know if you try that and it works. But isn't this just like us in the world? We want the goodness and the freedom that God offers, but we refuse to let go of the world. Isn't it just like Satan to set out gourds with tasty treats in them for us to grab? So this week, let go of the world and grab a hold of God. You will be glad you did.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell. Imagine pool water that is extremely soft and gentle on hair, skin, and eyes. Soft Swim is a chlorine-free sanitizing system by BioGuard. Simple and easy, Soft Swim will give you a crystal clear pool that feels luxuriously soft. Your pool might just become the destination of the entire neighborhood. Application is a breeze, no mixing, no pre-dissolving, and routine maintenance is simple. Come to Mays Lumber Company today, the only dealer for Soft Swim by BioGuard.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
As the school year comes to an end and COVID restrictions start to ease, don't lose sight of the lessons learned. Cover your cough, positive personal hygiene, respect one another, show and tell others you love them. Fiscal and social responsibility are great ways to show your love. This is Damon Graham, your local New York Life agent. I can help you show your love to others. Call me at 575-623-0803 so we can determine how you best can show your love. Expect to be blessed.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The first toilet being flushed in a motion picture was in the movie Psycho. Mike thought it was Gone with the Wind. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8:24. I was back and forth in there with Vet Harrell's rep or assistant, and looks like she was on the floor there on the debate floor, and might be a little. But I just got a message seconds before we went on air saying she should be back on track. So she should be calling here next 5-10 minutes or so. But
it seems odd. It seems odd how they're doing it now. The way that she's on the debate floor, they actually run her through an entire wipeout course, like while she's debating. She's like working the wall, and they're like throwing the punching bags out at her.
It was really weird. When I was at the Capitol building and I got to see the Senate in session and the House in session, it wasn't like everybody was there. It wasn't like a formal meeting. It was really weird. They would come in and out and
say their spiel.
When we went to the Senate, it was kind of boring. Only a couple people were there, but guess who walked in? Ted Kennedy.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
He walked in. He was talking to people that were in the center floor, just a couple people for a few minutes, and then walked out the other door. But they were in session.
I feel like when you've reached that point, in your congressional career or whatever, you could it's basically like a mic drop. Essentially, you just walk in, grace somebody with your presence for 5 minutes and then just walk out. You can almost charge appearance fees for that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll do a walkthrough. It's going to cost you $35.
Yeah, I have different.
I'm going to walk
opinions.
through and make your event feel a little bit more important by association.
Yeah, I have different opinions.
Sure,
those people work for us.
I agree.
They do, absolutely.
I agree,
and they better not forget that.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do have that moment where you're just like, "Hey, is that Ted Cruz?" and ladies, if he's outside, you're seeing him outside your window at like midnight on a Tuesday. The answer is probably yes.
I think they debunked that he's the Zodiac killer.
They did, but he still drops little hints every now and again. He's way too in on it to not have some kind of involvement. I just think he knows more than he's letting on.
I think the first flaw in their plan was he'd be way too young to be the Zodiac killer. He would have to have been like a child. When he was
rule him out.
The real Zodiac killer was he spent the reason it took him so long to actually get his crimes committed was he was spending time looking for a child that looked so much like him that could be associated with him.
Yeah.
And I think that was how they found each other.
Yeah.
Like two ships sailing in the night.
Yeah. I gotta. My wife is very excited about this.
You know what? I'm pretty stoked about it too for you.
Did you tell her?
Huh?
Do you know?
I told Sean.
Oh, okay.
You told me, but you get to tell the people.
Well, she does because I still don't know what the heck I got into. I'm getting my picture taken by somebody famous or something. What are we doing here? I don't know. We're doing a family portrait.
I have some requests. Go ahead, Kim.
We're doing a family portrait, but Kim won it, and it's some famous dude. I don't know who.
Kim Jew in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Very well-known photographer.
Yeah, I know, and he showed me pictures. He's done presidents and
photos,
like
and
all of them.
Which I've never, I hadn't heard of him, but when she started kind of mentioning some of the stuff, I'm like, that's super impressive.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal. I just don't know any of
It's
this.
a $1,200 value.
That's crazy.
And they were doing a contest online, and I just went ahead and entered. Why not? What the heck? But I got to talk to him personally yesterday. He told me over 12,000 people entered in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I won it.
And you won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Google Kim Jew. Is that how do you spell his name?
J-U?
Kim, K-I-M,
Okay.
Jew,
J-U?
J-E-W.
J-E-W? That's how you do it? Okay.
I was thinking J-U.
I was thinking like an Asian spelling,
Yeah.
a J-U or something. But so J, okay.
Well, and then actually it's pronounced Kim Jew.
But so we're getting a photo shoot in July with the family, and it's actually his son, who's also a famous photographer.
He was booked up on the date that we could do it. So he said, well, let me call my son and see if we can get you in.
There you
his
go.
son's a photographer.
But I guess his studio's in Albuquerque, though.
Right.
So we're gonna go.
It's like a whole
in July.
yeah. And so who else going to be at the shoot, Kim?
It's going to be Mike and I and my sister and her family, which is 4 of them. They live in Albuquerque.
Okay.
We wanted to get my parents involved as well, make a whole family photo. They live in Arizona, but it worked out. They were going to be keeping my youngest niece, Cameron, and bringing her back. They were going to meet in Hatch halfway.
Oh.
They just decided they would just come all the way to Albuquerque and do this family event.
That's
so everybody will be participating.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, she withheld that information for the first moment. She mentioned that herself, her family are going to be involved in a photo shoot. She walked away and went about her business, and I thought, hold on, there's some information. There was a pearl of information that was left out of what she just said. So I waited a beat, and they asked. She walked back by. I waited the appropriate amount of time. So is Mike going to be involved in this shoot? Because
right? Everybody knows Mike. And
I'm just saying this is an opportunity to raise some money for charity. Right?
Oh.
If we can get a certain amount of money donated to, let's say, Costa, we can get Mike to wear, not necessarily wear something in the picture, but wear something just below the picture, just so that a hint of it is in the. Like if we can get him to wear leggings and just a hint of a legging is in the picture.
I'm just gonna sit back and let this play out.
Come on,
because I know she's not gonna go with it.
Real quick. This is a family photo, a one-time opportunity for my family and us to do this.
It's a big family. If he stands in the back, couldn't he wear like a skirt?
No.
Like a broom skirt?
No.
Nobody'd see it?
No.
Nobody would see it.
No.
You're right. She is hard to argue with.
I'm going to say one thing, and then y'all continue arguing.
And then I'm going to walk away.
And then we'll walk away. Compromise? Kilt?
You know, that is... I mean, with sporin?
Can rustle up some sporin? Why not?
It's rustic. It's manly. It's casual.
Then
You
I'm
guys are
walking
going
away.
for casual.
Yeah, I'll just decide. You decide.
I'm just gonna be screaming
I'm
here
just
looking
gonna sit
at
here and casually look at Facebook while y'all decide.
I'm getting paid on the radio and looking at memes. No, I play. I kid around. It really is an awesome opportunity for you guys.
It's pretty excited.
Yeah.
I've never worn a kilt.
You know what? I almost was gonna wear one at the re-wedding I was gonna have. I almost had that worked out.
Nah.
Then I looked at how expensive kilts are. Good.
Well,
I might just go ahead and buy myself a plaid miniskirt and call it a kilt. Excuse me, do you have this in big and tall sizes?
Well, I'm pretty sure if your plaid kilt has like the ripple thingies, that don't do that because that the kilt that'd be a dead giveaway.
Sure. If it's got pleats, probably a giveaway as well. If it ruffles when I walk, also probably a giveaway.
Also, if it's way above your knee, maybe a little
just with a hint of a conservative hint of bottom cheek. That's Sean, I do believe you just bought lingerie.
Where's that big telephone pole I got to throw around? I got to bend over and pick that up.
It's that? Oh, that pencil? I'll get it.
Oh, man.
Congresswoman coming up.
They see that and they're like, I put that guy in the tape factory. We don't need that guy running around out here.
Weird. Mike showed up with a riding crop wearing thigh-high garters. It was the damnedest thing.
But you know what? Does he shave his legs? Look at him.
I mean, game respects game. I'm just saying, you take the time. Respect that.
Yeah. All right. It is 8:31. While we're waiting on the congresswoman, I'll go ahead and just probably go ahead and pause for news here. Okay. And then if she calls during this time, then we'll have her on the other side. If not, we'll learn more about my legs and skirt, apparently. So we're going to do all that. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. With temperatures regularly soaring into the 90s and even triple digits in Roswell and other areas of southeast New Mexico, police say it's critically important for all of us to be well aware of the danger hot vehicles pose to young children who might not be able to get out of the vehicles on their own. Parents and other child caregivers must raise their awareness of the importance of never leaving kids inside unattended vehicles. The temperature inside a parked vehicle can quickly reach lethal levels in hot or even warm weather. Babies and other young children and pets are not able to get out on their own. The Roswell Police Department, Roswell Fire, reminding all of us that it takes just a brief distraction or trying to hurry through a busy day or dealing with stress or other emotions to cause a parent or other caregiver to exit a vehicle without thinking about the child who was along on the trip. Don't let a moment of forgetfulness turn into a tragedy. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like we may get a chance of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. In the meantime, sunny and hot today with our high in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with our low near 70, and then mostly sunny tomorrow, not quite as hot with our high in the low to mid 90s and maybe a shower or thunderstorm. Looks like a good chance of rain and cooler Sunday with our high staying right around 80. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Congress has overturned a set of regulations enacted in the final days of the Trump administration that effectively allowed payday lenders to avoid state laws capping interest rates. Thursday's vote to overturn the true lender rules marked the first time Democrats in Congress successfully overturned regulations using the Congressional Review Act. A Nigerian information technology worker in Seattle has been indicted on federal wire fraud and identity theft charges after authorities said he and his co-conspirators filed false claims for pandemic-related unemployment benefits in 17 states. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 322 points to close at 34,196. The Nasdaq was up 98 to 14,369, and the S&P 500 rose 24 to 4,266. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Take your taste buds on a flavor vacation with Wiener Schnitzel's all-new chili cheese fries. There's the Cabo, piled high with chili, cheese sauce, tomatoes, onions, jalapenos, and Cholula green pepper sauce, bro. Try the Texan with bacon, barbecue sauce, and grilled onions. Or try the Aussie with bacon, horseradish aioli, grilled onions, and jalapenos on it. It's a trip around the world without leaving town. The all-new chili cheese fries right now at Wiener Schnitzel on North Main in Roswell. The most wanted wiener in town.
Good morning, honey. Hey, I have to pick up the kids from school this afternoon. Can you call...
A home invasion can happen anytime, even when you're at home. Protect your home and the ones you love with whole home security from Zenith Security. The security experts at Zenith Security can monitor your whole home 24/7. So they're ready whether you're there or not. Call Zenith Security Services LLC at 626-3521. That's 626-3521 and get whole home security with Zenith Security Services LLC.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Elephants use these skin folds on their bodies to crush mosquitoes. Mike Winters uses his to hide M&Ms. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:36, and joining us on the phone this morning is Representative Yvette Harrell. Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Oh, good morning, Mike. It's great to be on the phone with you, and I'm just did a vote, just did a little bit of debate on the House floor and took a vote, and now I'm running back over to my office, so you'll have to excuse me if you can hear background noise.
Yeah, they've got the Congresswoman pulled in about 10 different directions, so when she says running, she's literally like running down the hall to the one office to go and then get ready for the next appointment. So thank you very much for catching us. And who says you don't need to, maybe they don't need to, maybe they can save money at the gym, the congressional gym. They just make you guys run up and down the
Yeah, that's all right. Listen, I always kind of laugh and think, man, I know I'm getting a lot of steps in, walking back and forth from the office buildings to the Capitol, so I haven't even seen the inside of that gym yet. So at this rate, I'm sure I probably won't.
Don't need it. Got enough in there.
Right.
I know it's a busy time here. I know one of the things that I know you've been in the news a lot over the last month or so is about border security and things. And
yes.
Now we, I think I heard her say she was going to El Paso. Was it today or soon here?
Yeah.
Are you involved in any of that, or is that you going to come down for a visit and say hi? Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Well, we sent the letter and invited her down and asked to go to Guatemala and Mexico with her, which, of course, she never responded. But, yes, she is going to El Paso today. But let me just tell you, and I'll just preface by saying that's pretty disingenuous to not reach out to the people who are actually in the fight, who really see what's going on, who understand the crisis.
Sure.
And it's one thing to go to a very controlled environment. She'll probably only go to, say, the processing center or the kid camp, which I call it the kid camp, where HHS has the tent set up over in Fort Bliss.
Sure.
I mean, if she really wants to see what's going on, she needs to go down to Columbus. Let's go to the Johnson Ranch. Let's look at the gaps in the border wall. Let's go see the damage to property, to the livelihoods in the communities, or go over. Even Henry Clare, a Democrat from Texas, called her out for not coming down to the Rio Grande Valley to see what they're dealing with, why Governor Abbott is going to go ahead and move forward with the wall, why Ron DeSantis is spending help and troops and money, it's a very disingenuous thing. It's almost kind of and I said this in a tweet we put out, it's not just about checking the box, saying I've been there.
Sure.
It's about, let's roll up your sleeves to have meaningful conversations, meet with the property owners, the community leaders, the ranchers, the people that are being most affected by their failed actions.
Yeah, there's a difference between governing and in just grandstanding, and if you're going to go to these places, obviously, it's not like someone at that level as a president or vice president. They don't sneak into anything. They show up.
Correct.
Announced everywhere. So obviously they're going to take them to places that they, you know what I mean? It's like getting a home inspection. You fix the place up because you want it to look good and you want to pass. So the people there, they're not going to take her to those parts that are the problematic areas. It's areas that see how everything's working great here. We got it fine. Yeah. Head back to D.C.
That's right. If she's not going down to the border and not taking off her high heels and putting on a pair of shoes that she can walk around in the dirt and understand what's happening, then she's really not visiting the border. It's more of a photo op than the ability to go down, look, and have genuine concern and think about ways to let's reinstate the Trump policies that were actually working, the Remain in Mexico, the Title 42.
Sure.
There are things that they could do immediately. But, I'm convinced, that everything that the administration did, the Trump administration did that was good for the American economy, for the border crisis, for all of these things that we reap the benefits of, I'm watching them dismantle this, one horrible policy or executive order at a time. And that's what's just so sad to watch that happen. I mean, there's no reason why we should have even had changes at the border, because what was in play was working for the American people, working for national security. We were all, seeing the progress on the border wall. We know that was effective. And so to watch, I said that lies and be mad about somebody's policies, but it's a different thing altogether to dismantle the country, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it almost feels like, and you would know better. I mean, do they even understand that? They're no. Look, this isn't about bringing people that want to become a part of this country. We all agree we want the people that want to be here and want to contribute. We want to welcome those folks with open arms, but they got to recognize that's a huge sieve for all the other stuff. That's the drugs. I mean, the percentage of drugs that come through there, the human trafficking stuff. I mean, for that reason alone, these walls need to be there. I mean, it's like they're trying to talk two separate issues. It's like, no, there's a security issue and there's an immigration issue. We don't want to lump those two together because they're using the immigration issue to weaken our security issue. Is that? I mean, they don't. They not
exactly
see that connection there.
They don't, and it's almost like they're not, and they won't address the things that are the realities that we live in now that they've created. Like you just said, the illicit drugs coming across, people coming into the nation, the catch and release. We don't even know the criminal background of the folks that are getting released into our nation, whether they've been convicted of any kind of a violent crime, murder, child. In fact, I just talked to Jody Arrington. He's a congressman from Texas today. The increase in sex offenders that are being released into the Rio Grande Valley over there, it just doesn't make sense. And they can think that they're trying to do something special and think that this is a humanitarian effort. It's not. The death toll is rising because of the elements, those making that dangerous trek. Now, no one wants to talk about the war on drugs. We've got a drug problem in our nation, and now it's going to be multiplied by who knows how much, because we know fentanyl being seized has increased over 800%.
Sure.
I mean, it is, and like we said earlier, it's not just the border communities, the border towns, the border states. It's America's problem, because these people are being pushed into the interior. The kids, the unaccompanied minors, just from the Fort Bliss kid camp is what I call it. That's 4,500 kids a month that are being turned out into our interior. Well, we don't know if they're going to use the hands of sex offenders, of criminals, of illegals. We have no way of having any kind of vetting process that protects those kids. And yet, when we speak out about this stuff, then we don't like kids. We're not humanitarians. Yes, I'm about protecting those children, and I'm about protecting the American children even more.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, that's the balance that we got to talk about here. Is yes,
exactly.
We want to protect the kids, but at the same time, priority one is protecting Americans, because that's what we're here for, and that's what this country's about. I mean, if we're going to, yes, we want to help and make sure everything, but do you want? At what point do you keep helping to the detriment of your own personal safety? And that's
right.
We got to find that balance.
That's right, and we're seeing it in all kinds of policies. And I've said it on the House floor, especially on that Equality Act. I said, we can't be, so focused and so much in a hurry to try to protect one class of people that we destroy the lives of everybody else in the process. And that's what's happening. There's no regard, and the fact that we're even doing some of the things we're doing here as it relates to policy, which is, to me, it's morally wrong. We've crossed, I think, the moral line in the sand when we start abolishing gender identity. I mean, we're going in mind against God's word. And in my opinion, this is not governance. I mean, pushing policies for this very small percentage of people that affect everybody, and this affects a lot of people in terms of their livelihoods, whether they're in any kind of legal profession, medical profession, if they're in education, if they're in church, in some kind of a church leadership, worship. It just affects everybody. And so we're rushing down this road to protect a very small class of people. And, right now, in my opinion, I tell folks, listen, I think we're crossing a moral boundary here. I think that, this is not the government's job. And I think these are conversations that need to be had at home with families, with their children. But the government has inserted themselves so far into the way we raise our families, educate them, etc. It's just so sad. But, at the end of the day, I spoke the other day to a group, and I said, listen, this isn't where government should be. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, how anybody wants to identify, but at the end of the day, they've got to have a job. Sure. And we need to be working on deregulation, putting good practices into place so that we can help our small businesses, so that we can help our workers get back into the workforce and really address the issues that are more pressing at this particular time to our nation, and just get away from these kind of ideas that we're making these, I say we, but it's really the Democrats or Biden are signing executive orders, are pushing through these crazy policies with no backup plan. Just ending the Keystone Pipeline, okay? And what's the backup plan? How, the millions of dollars, time, and energy invested in that project just done.
Sure.
I mean, that is so inconsistent with common sense, it just doesn't even resonate. And that's why some of these prices, this inflation is happening, the inconsistency, the failed policies, and now the concern of where this administration is taking the American people. That's what's driving this, these gas prices. It's not a lack of supply. It's lack of common sense and leadership on the federal level, and people and industries do not understand where this is going to end up, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah, it's scary, and it's really one of those things. It's not an overnight. I mean, a lot of these policies happen quick, but this is that stuff that we warn everybody about when we talk about government control and when you want to invite government in to handle your business. The moment that happens, you're starting the clock to the slippery slope of taking one thing. You put the government in your moral side of things because of things that in your brain's common sense, but at some point it's all well and good till they turn those guns onto the things that you are feeling strong about, and you're giving that avenue for that to happen. So it's not like when we hear some of the hate stuff and you're like, no, we don't want people to do that. But at the same time, there's a balance here. If you let if we the people don't take care of ourselves and you let the government do it, then that you're going to have problems, and you start seeing the socialism and all. Well, just open a history book and see where that leads you.
Exactly, and that's where we're at right now. We're seeing Nancy Pelosi setting up a new committee for the disparaged economy, and putting somebody like AOC, who's been a bartender before she got to Congress. I mean, here's the bottom line: you've got a number of people who the only business experience they have is putting a credit card number on Amazon.com, and that's business experience in their mind. And they're the ones making the regulations for you, for me, for all these companies, and the small businesses are the backbone of not only New Mexico's, but the nation's economy. And you've got people who've never signed the front of the paycheck making decisions that are going to have a profound impact on the cost of doing business, the ability to keep our doors open. I mean, I just read an article last night. Over 200,000 businesses in the country closed due to COVID, and now the number of increased businesses that will likely close for good because of a lack of workforce.
Yeah.
Well, we should be focused on getting these people up off the couch and back into the workforce so that we can save these small businesses and these operations, these mom-pop operations, who have just put everything into having their niche in the country and the communities they live in. But yet, we'd rather focus on opening our border. We'd rather focusing on making sure that if you want to identify as a woman today, and then we're going to be okay with that. I mean, our priorities are so wrong right now, and everybody in America pays the price for this ignorance and for these wild policies that are not going to benefit us in the long run, and that's what's a shame.
Absolutely, yeah. If you keep people, I mean, my wife and I got an opportunity to go to the Grand Canyon last week and got a little downtime, which was nice. But there were some things we didn't really get to do because of the COVID restrictions and things like that. But at this point in the game, like, I don't think. Like, for instance, we were at the national park there, which obviously is federal, but like there was bus routes that were vital to even get into places. They weren't open. They were claiming it's because of COVID, but I really think the problem is they don't have the manpower to physically run that stuff. Because
that's exactly right. Exactly right.
And that's, I mean, so, you mentioned like the mom and pops, but it's affecting everyone from your major corporations to governments to your mom and pops. If people are staying home, nothing's going to get done. Someone's got to do the work. You talk about, I'll just stay home and order my DoorDash or whatever. Well, someone's got to do that.
Yeah, and the reality of that's going to start hitting home for a lot of these people that, they're going to want to start having those conveniences that aren't going to be there anymore. And it's because we're setting up ourselves for failure by allowing people to become reliant on the government, but that's part of the agenda, distribution of wealth. To me, it's the path of least resistance. Once they get people just eating out of the government's hands, well, it's easy to do incredible tax increases because all these bills that they're wanting to pass, which they are getting passed, are tax increases on the backs of every single American. And make no mistake, the GAO, others have looked at these bills, the infrastructure bill and others. These cannot make it without a major tax increase to the American people. So, I got kind of a chuckle, and I'm actually going to have to hang up here in just a second, but I got kind of a chuckle out of Kamala Harris the other day, bragging about how this, her proudest moment so far in her role as vice president has been when the president signed this last stimulus package for COVID relief. She said, that got half of the American children out of poverty, and everybody went wild. And she goes, let me say it again, and what she should have said is, while it may appear we're lifting children out of poverty, we just saddled $30 trillion worth of debt on the back of every one of these kids who, if we don't get the fraud, waste, and abuse under control in this federal government and balance our budget, they will be living in poverty for the rest of their lives. So it's really an oxymoron, again, trying to say something that sounds great and the American people want to hear, but not be truthful with what the real cost is. So, short-term opportunity is not a good trade for long-term debt and disparageness. So we need to be thinking about these things on a real practical way.
Sure. Short-term gets you votes, though. That's what they care about.
That's right. Exactly. So
I know you've got a meeting, so I've got to let you get to it, otherwise I think I'll get in trouble by your people. So.
Right. We'll both get in trouble. So. I just appreciate you letting me get on, and I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I'll definitely be talking to you, and I'll hope that we get rain in New Mexico.
Absolutely. I cross fingers. I think we got a good shot beginning Saturday night here, so we're looking forward.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you, ma'am, and we're praying for you, and look forward to our next visit, and try not to work too hard.
Okay. I try not to, but that's impossible. But thank you so much, and we will definitely talk soon.
Excellent. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye now.
All right. That was Congresswoman Yvette Harrell. Thank you for they literally got her going in 20 different directions. Peel back the curtain just a little bit for you folks. While we were talking there, I literally got a text from her folks like, she needs to go now. Please have her wrap. I love the behind the scenes. So, but thank you. She wants to keep going and wants to talk to us, and you know how that life is. They go, you got to go to the floor, you got to go here, you got to go there. So, but we do appreciate her spending some time, and like you said, you heard her. I mean, it's kind of frustrating. It's life. Life when you're the minority in the Congress there is pretty rough to try to get. At this point, I think the Republicans that are in the House of Representatives right now, their main job is to just try to hold back the flood until 2 years or a year and whatever it is now, till they can see if they can get some more Republicans in the House. And then I think, I'm like, well, it's a double-edged sword. Because the only way you get people to vote the other way is you get the people that are currently there to get people so mad at them. And so you're like, all right, well, you want to give them a little rope to get everybody good and angry, but you don't want to destroy everything in the same time. So it is a bit of a tricky challenge there for some of that stuff. All right, it is 8:55. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back here on the other side, and then we'll probably have some town hall news about that time. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Take your taste buds on a flavor vacation with Wiener Schnitzel's all-new chili cheese fries. There's the Cabo, piled high with chili, cheese sauce, tomatoes, onions, jalapenos, and Cholula green pepper sauce, bro. Try the Texan with bacon, barbecue sauce, and grilled onions. Oh, try the Aussie with bacon, horseradish aioli, grilled onions, and jalapenos on it. It's a trip around the world without leaving town. The all-new chili cheese fries right now at Wiener Schnitzel on North Main in Roswell, the most wanted wiener in town.
Good morning, honey. Hey, I have to pick up the kids from school this afternoon. Can you call...
A home invasion can happen anytime, even when you're at home. Protect your home and the ones you love with whole home security from Zenith Security. The security experts at Zenith Security can monitor your whole home 24/7. So they're ready whether you're there or not. Call Zenith Security Services, LLC at 626-3521. That's 626-3521 and get whole home security with Zenith Security Services, LLC.
Free money. Wait, what? Now that we have your attention, the Savings Splashdown is on at Roswell Honda. Saturday, June 26th from 10 to 1, everyone has the chance to win money on the spot in the cash grab. They'll have great prizes, free food, and of course,
deep discounts.
Like an 08 CRV for under $7,000 and a 2013 Mazda 3 for under $6,000. Get a free Bluetooth speaker with a qualified test drive and one entry for a brand new above-ground pool just for stopping by. The Savings Splashdown is on at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
They say you can catch a monkey in the jungles of Africa by using a large gourd. All you have to do is cut a hole in the gourd, allowing enough space for the monkey to get his hand through. Place a few treats inside. Then you tie the gourd onto a tree and wait. What happens is the monkey squeezes his hand into the gourd to retrieve the treat. The monkey tries to pull his hand out, but it won't fit because the monkey refuses to let go of the treat. Then you simply throw a net over the lovable creature and he is yours. Now let me know if you try that and it works. But isn't this just like us in the world? We want the goodness and the freedom that God offers, but we refuse to let go of the world. Isn't it just like Satan to set out gourds with tasty treats in them for us to grab? So this week, let go of the world and grab a hold of God. You will be glad you did.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Friday edition of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show will break down the proposed infrastructure bill and what the details are as all of those start to roll out.
Plus, we also have new reporting on some possible side effects of vaccines that may affect people under 18, even thinking about whether they should get in line. We'll get into that and more coming up 12 to 3, coast to coast on the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show.
Travis and Sexton are on Roswell's Talk FM weekdays at 10. Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up next, and we'll be back on the other side of Town Hall News. About 9:15 or so, we're going to have the folks from Peace of Mind Animal Rescue join us. They've got a cat adoption event happening on Saturday, plus we'll talk all about their organization. They recently adopted a bunch of pets up north. They do load them on airplanes and get them to Colorado and stuff, so they're really doing some great stuff out there. So we're going to talk with them next hour, but first, here's your Town Hall News. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Rescuers press on with the search for survivors in the rubble of the collapsed condo building in Surfside, Florida. Ray Jadala with Miami-Dade Fire Rescue says crews using sophisticated listening devices continue investigating noises in the mountains of debris.
We have hope, and every time that we hear a sound, we concentrate in that area. So we send additional teams utilizing the devices, utilizing K9, and utilizing personnel.
Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine Cava.
We can tragically report the death count is now 4. I want to be very clear about the numbers. They're very fluid.
120 people accounted for in the wake of the disaster, 159 still missing. Former Vice President Pence defending his role in certifying the results of the 2020 election.
Pence said he was proud of his decision on January 6th to reconvene the Congress after the Capitol riot and fulfill his constitutional duty. Speaking at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, he declared there's almost no idea more un-American than the notion that any one person could choose the American president. Pence warned that if we lose faith in the Constitution, we won't just lose elections, we'll lose our country. Greg Clugston, Washington.
It's wheels down for Vice President Harris. She has arrived at El Paso on the U.S.-Mexico border, touring a border facility.
We are here today to address and to talk about what has brought people to the U.S. border, and again to continue to address the root causes which cause people to leave and often flee their home country.
Her trip to the border comes after former President Trump announced that he would be visiting the border in the coming days. Wall Street, the Dow is up 191 points, the NASDAQ down 5, the S&P 9 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I have 2 dogs, Sam and Bailey. Both are golden retrievers. Poor Sam, he was a mess. Always itching. His paws were soaking wet all day from just constant licking. He had bald spots on his back. I just don't like putting shots and steroids into your dog all the time. DINOVITE.com. Dynovite is nutrition. Probably 2 weeks after he started Dynovite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. It's amazing stuff. Since Bailey has been 12 weeks old, he's been a Dynovite dog, and he has 0 issues today. He won't eat his food without Dynovite. When I get out the Dynovite, my dogs actually salivate, like I'm getting them a treat. They drool over it. Dynovite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynovite from DINOVITE.com.
A week-long lockdown takes effect tomorrow in Sydney, Australia. The order affecting more than 1 million people, resulting from a surge in COVID cases in some parts of Sydney.
The stay-at-home order will affect the city centre as well as beachside suburbs in the east. Sydney is battling to contain an outbreak of the highly infectious Delta variant. The latest cluster emerged a week ago in the famous beach suburb of Bondi, but has since spread into the inner city and to its western fringes. Residents in the virus hotspots had already been banned from travelling outside Sydney. Other Australian states and territories have also blocked arrivals from the city.
The BBC's Shaima Halil. A rare tornado has struck the Czech Republic, killing at least 3 people, injuring hundreds. Twister formed late yesterday as strong thunderstorms swept across the country. Several towns and villages have been hard hit, entire buildings reduced to rubble, and cars overturned. News and analysis at townhall.com. Heat and drought causing more problems out west.
Nearly all of the national forest in Arizona will be fully closed this week as firefighting resources run thin and fire danger remains high. Wildfires burning across Arizona already have forced rural residents out of their homes and sent motorists on detours. Parts of forests in other states are also off limits, but the shutdowns in Arizona are the most widespread. The closures are altering vacation plans for campers, anglers, and mountain bikers ahead of the July 4th holiday. John Scott reporting.
A key driver of the U.S. economy, consumer spending, essentially flat last month, with incomes dropping for a second month as the impact of the government's pandemic stimulus payments waned. At the same time, inflation registering a sizable 0.4% gain in the month of May. Again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow is up 194 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number, and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
Yes, we made it.
Yeah, it's Friday. It's going to be hot.
Mm-hmm.
Another 103
and
today.
It's going to be wet.
But it's a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get some rain, I think. Pretty good shot.
It's going to be that weird transition, though, where it goes from hot to just downright uncomfortable, where it's just, everything is sticky.
Yeah, I think that's going to be your Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be cooler tomorrow, like 94, which you're like, well, thank you. But from 103 to 94 is a little difference.
It's basically the difference a swamp cooler makes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about that. Good solid 10 degrees.
Yeah. Why do they call it a swamp cooler?
Because it's basically how it works. It's evaporative
water.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I do with a swamp.
It's cool. It cools. It puts water into pads, and then the water is
Humidity.
basically blown off of those pads.
I know, but there's no swamp within 100,000 miles.
Yeah, but if you look at how a swamp works with water, the humidity raising off. So it's basically just that idea of it just like cool waters off a swamp.
Matter of fact, if you're in a swamp, the last thing you want is a swamp cooler.
That's true. Actually, if you're anywhere in humidity, you don't.
I think it's the dumbest invention and aptly named piece of equipment. It's a regression in progress.
I agree that it's definitely a downgrade. It's an upgrade from nothing.
Well, sure,
it's better than nothing.
But that's like saying, "Hey, I just invented the car, but then I invented this horse, and maybe you want to try the car or the horse."
Hey, vinyl's making a comeback. I'm just saying, some things last forever after all.
I just don't get it. I'm like, we have refrigerated air.
Yeah, at this point, honestly, if you could do the refrigerated air thing, fine. But if you are going the option of swamp cooler, I would just opt for. Get yourself a good-sized bucket, carve a hole in the side, put ice and water in the bucket, and put a fan on the other side, put another hole on that side. Then you got yourself a makeshift redneck air conditioner. I've done it.
My version of redneck air conditioners not do all that work. Just go sit in like a McDonald's and hang out in the air conditioning.
It's the same. It's the same idea. Name dropper. It's really the same idea of like when you open your oven to warm yourself in the wintertime. Basically, just walk up and just hang out next to the freezer in the kitchen. Basically the same idea. Cooling yourself off, but with electricity.
I guess
that super cheap electricity that we all have.
Wow, swamp cooler it's backwards, man.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree.
That's just, to me, it's like, you know what? I stopped emailing. I'm just going to put stamps on everything.
I'm so glad our school system has now put in central air because there was many years.
Oh, I was there. I was there.
It was miserable.
Yeah, the band hall at Roswell High had a swamp cooler for many a year, and it did not do any good after coming on off the.
I remember I had a water
field.
bottle, and I'd go around and just spray my students.
Whether they asked or not, they just sprayed them.
They loved it. I mean, it was so hot that helped them cool down.
I will say this: there's not quite much in the world that a 7 to 8 year old loves more than just getting randomly sprayed in the face with water. My kids love it. My son actually has a spray bottle, and he just will randomly walk around and spray his sister.
Well, maybe I should try it. I'll just randomly walk around town with a spray bottle, spray kids in the face, and see how long it takes before I get arrested.
And then as you walk away, here's what you do: as you walk away, you look back at the parents, you go, "It was water," just like that.
I was told kids love this.
It was just so hot. They appreciated cooling down, getting sprayed.
You're really gonna watch out because on Sundays you mix up your water bottle and your vodka bottle. It's dangerous. Although class gets a lot more fun. Less focused, but more fun.
A whole park of kids are charged with DUI today as some man randomly sprayed them in the face with vodka. Fortunately, we got guests this hour, so we're not going to commit potential crimes on the radio. This morning.
By the way, I've written 4 down. Feel free to expand on this list, but those are just a few that I've come up with.
Okay.
Of some with the guest that's coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the guest that's coming in, they have an interesting concept with the adoption process.
Yeah, I like these. I think you should present these.
There you go.
You should present these.
Just a few interesting names that you could think of or use.
Yeah, I'm sure they could use a stable of these to have handy because what we're talking about, in case you're like, what?
Huh?
Here in a few minutes, we're going to be joined by the fine folks from Peace of Mind Animal Rescue. And I learned today, PEACE, just if you're going to do some searching.
Their
PIEC,
logo
Peace
is
of Mind.
just a shake, or just a fist with 2 of the shake.
I learned it's just an organization about people that yell at you. And another thing.
It's like, oh, peace. No, that makes total. Yeah.
Peace of mind. So they're going to join us. We're going to chit chat. I believe they're bringing a friend. Fidel Castro is what I've been told.
Love it.
Fidel Castro.
which is the list that the aforementioned list.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, so Sean has got some names for the new furry friends that come through.
I just sit over there in the other studio thinking, I can work up a short list.
Well, and they have a cat adoption event Saturday here, so maybe you can come if you come out and see the cats and find one and then maybe help name some of the others that are still waiting for homes.
There you go.
Anyway, they're an organization that rescues pets out of no-kill shelters and finds homes for them. That's what they do. They recently got a bunch of pets to Colorado over last week or so.
Airlifted.
Yeah, so
pretty cool.
That's what they do. So they're going to join us here, talk about their what they are and what they do, and of course talk about their cat adoption event here on Saturday.
I wonder what cats are like at 36,000 feet. I mean, the air is a little thinner. I'd imagine they get a little testy.
Well, I mean,
cats don't like being out of their element to begin with.
Cats don't like change.
They don't.
Cats are not
They're going to be a little nervous.
Right.
It'll probably be a scary ride.
But it beats the alternative.
It was like numbing the cats completely.
No.
I was wondering what
they rescue pets out of no-kill shelters.
Yeah, I know, but
you do the math.
I didn't want to be the one to say it. I was sitting there thinking of all the different, like the alternative methods of getting cats there, like trebuchet.
Maybe you should just stick to naming the cat. Don't get any other logistics involved.
We're worried about putting cats on airplanes, so our new idea is catapults.
I'm pretty sure that would be a catastrophe.
It would.
That would be a catastrophe.
Get ready for a whole lot of this, folks. It's going to be a punny hour.
It's not all perfect.
It's not. Every paw has its claws.
Well, we'll dig our whiskers into that here in just a little bit.
I think maybe first you should pause for weather.
I will. First, I'm going to talk about how great McDonald's is, because it is. And if you're hungry, swing by any of your McDonald's. They got you covered. Download the app. They've got exclusive deals available only through the app. And got to pay the bills, honey. Sorry. And you definitely want to come by. I get the app and download just to keep on the lookout for the 20-piece chicken nugget for $4.99 deal. That is my jam, my Shangri-La, my place, my happy place. So find yours through the app today.
There's plenty of happy places. You can find yours on that app.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, sweetie. You were going to say something.
No, I was just going to see the list of names.
Oh,
sure. Yeah.
I'll pass them over.
Yeah. Some of them are it's fine. It is 9:14. Let us do the weather while she reads the list.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Looks like we may get a chance of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. In the meantime, sunny and hot today with our high in the low 100s. Overnight looks clear with our low near 70, and then mostly sunny tomorrow. Not quite as hot with our high in the low to mid 90s and maybe a shower or thunderstorm. Looks like a good chance of rain and cooler Sunday with our high staying right around 80. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 82 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 60% with winds out of the south at 10 miles per hour. For today, it's going to be hot. Sunny, 103, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low of 70. Winds will be out of the south about 10, 15 miles per hour. Saturday, that's the day of change. But during the day, there is a 20% chance at some showers and some thunderstorms, mainly for the afternoon. Mostly sunny, a little cooler, 94 tomorrow with north winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then this is when the front's moving in Saturday night. Our chance of rain bumps up to 60%. They're talking like overnight, though, is when the rain should start, like 1 in the morning. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 66. Winds will be breezy out of the north, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Those will diminish down 10, 15 later in the overnight hours. Sunday, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Cloudy, a high of only 79 on Sunday with north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms Sunday night. They say some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Cloudy otherwise with an overnight low of 63. Monday, we're looking at a 70% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Once again, some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Mostly cloudy, highs right around 75. And then Monday night, a 70% chance at showers. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 64. Tuesday, we're looking at a 60% chance at showers, mostly cloudy, 78. Tuesday night, a 60% chance at showers, mostly cloudy, 65. Wednesday, a 60% chance at showers, mostly cloudy, 83. Thursday, we're looking at a 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy, highs around 86. So, they're saying there's a chance. Beginning really Saturday through all of next week, we got, looks like decent shots at some rain there. All right, it is 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And then on the other side, we're going to have Tracy and Erica join us from Peace of Mind Animal Rescue. That's coming up on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Reineke Medical and Chiropractic Center is your all-in-one general care center with a focus on symptomatic treatment, treating the symptoms in areas of the body that need it most. Reineke Medical knows that personal care is less about treating the condition and more about treating the patient. That's why your comfort, safety, and well-being are of the utmost importance. Call Reineke Medical and Chiropractic Center at 575-623-3155 to learn more or to book your appointment. That's 575-623-3155.
It's an idea whose time has come. The MTA Mechanics and Tires Mobile Tire Shop. No longer will the drama of auto service ruin your entire day. Instead, MTA Mechanics and Tires will come to you. MTA will install new tires, fix your brakes, or just fix a flat while your vehicle is at work, home, or even the airport. So skip the drama. Call the mobile tire shop at MTA Mechanics and Tires, covering Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia.
Want to make this Father's Day a little cooler? Every Saturday in June, Richland is giving away a handcrafted, one-of-a-kind American flag cooler. Yup, a brand new cooler every Saturday. Just head for either Richland Chevy on West 2nd or Richland Dodge at the Y and register. That's it. No purchase necessary. Just drop in and sign up. Richland wants to celebrate dads all month long, and the coolest way to say
thanks, Daddy,
is with a brand new cooler. So stop in and sign up for a cool way to say
Happy Father's Day
from Richland Motors. Ride for the brand.
They say you can catch a monkey in the jungles of Africa by using a large gourd. All you have to do is cut a hole in the gourd, allowing enough space for the monkey to get his hand through. Place a few treats inside. Then you tie the gourd onto a tree and wait. What happens is the monkey squeezes his hand into the gourd to retrieve the treat. The monkey tries to pull his hand out, but it won't fit because the monkey refuses to let go of the treat. Then you simply throw a net over the lovable creature and he is yours. Now let me know if you try that and it worked. But isn't this just like us in the world? We want the goodness and the freedom that God offers, but we refuse to let go of the world. Isn't it just like Satan to set out gourds with tasty treats in them for us to grab? So this week, let go of the world and grab a hold of God. You will be glad you did.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the organization Peace of Mind, and as I keep joking about throughout the PEACE. If you type in PIECE, I think you get an organization that they like to yell at you and just give you a piece of their mind.
Oh, there you go. We could do that too if they wanted.
But we're going with the PEACE, Peace of Mind Animal Rescue. Joining us here in studio is Tracy Schultz and Erica Wells. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Thank you.
Well, first, thanks for coming by and talking to us here. I guess we probably should start at the beginning here and give folks a little bit of background and just tell them what Peace of Mind is all about.
Okay, so Peace of Mind Rescue of New Mexico. So you want to put that in on Facebook. That it comes up of New Mexico.
Yeah, more rabbit holes.
Yes. Is an organization where it centers on Roswell cats, and we pick up cats, kittens, and we do dogs. It's very rare, but we save about 100 a year.
Sure. Well, and there's a lot of folks that like and work with dogs. I'm not saying we don't have enough. We always use more. But sometimes cats get, pardon the pun here, fly under the radar a little bit on some of this.
And to be honest, cats are a little bit easier because you don't have to have that yard if you become a foster for us, which we're always looking for.
Yeah.
You just have to have that. We'll give you the crate. We'll give you the kitty litter. We'll give you everything just to give them a room and a place to stay till we can
kind of find them. It's I would say if you want to be a pet owner and be a pet family, but you're kind of like you're a hectic or busy schedule, or you're what do you feed it? You got one of those things going on. A cat is probably a better entry level pet because like you say, don't take them on walks. You don't have to worry. I mean, as long as you keep the litter box clean and put some food and water, they pretty much take care of themselves.
Absolutely, and they have automatic kitty litter boxes now that
exactly
scoop it for you.
Yeah, although you got to work some of them into that because some cats fear the technology.
Okay, there you go.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, as things go, and like you can go on vacations and things, and cats, you might want to have someone look in on them and things. But if you got automatic feeders and litter box things, they kind of
they're good to go.
They just need somebody to rub up on from time to time. But But so you guys, that's pretty much why you guys work predominantly with cats.
We do, and so Susie Fares, who is the head of it, she's actually in Santa Fe. But she had decided Roswell needed help and has made it her mission there. So what she does is basically we usually transport them to Denver.
Sure.
There's a whole bunch of cat rescues. Some of them have gone to Arizona. I think there's one there also.
So they go where the homes are.
They do.
It's wherever that needs to be. That's where they go.
So we have 2 rescues right now that we're working with in Colorado. New Hope in Colorado Springs and Angels with Paws. And I think it's north of Denver is where they're located.
Okay.
And so we just get them to go across state lines, you have to get what they call a health cert. So we have to take these kittens, cats, dogs to the vet, get a health cert, travel them. We have transports that drive them, either meet in Rutan, Colorado Springs, and then we transfer the pets to their rescue transport, and then on they go.
Yeah.
So there's quite a bit involved, even though we do it like usually every week.
Good.
We're told 4:45 at South Springs, and so we all run there with our cats and we get it done.
It's the regular route there, so to speak.
It is. Yeah, and the vets here have been great. South Springs is usually who we go to.
Okay.
But we have worked with College Gardens and Cielo Grande.
Good.
Cielo Grande, I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, so they have all been really great with helping us out.
Yeah. And I think if anybody understands our pet overpopulation problems in this city, it's our veterinarians. They see it day in and day out. I mean, that's why when you adopt a pet from any, whether it's animal control or the Humane Society or any of these places, that's why they want you spay and neutering, and obviously with city ordinances on chipping and stuff. This is all to help curtail this long ongoing problem that Roswell's had with pet overpopulation, and these are steps. And it's not going to fix any of this overnight, but we got to keep doing this, and it'll get there. Once that's why you see people. Because we have a feral cat problem in our towns. We do,
and that's what got me started doing this. Actually, we moved here a year and a half ago. My daughter started working at Farley's, and back behind Starbucks and Farley's, they have those
colonies.
Oh yes. And so we ended up taking some in, and that's how I found Susie.
Sure.
And we sent ours out, and so then a couple months later, I was like, I want to do more.
Yeah, and we've got some people, like I know in our neighborhood, we've got a couple. And the neighbors have adopted them. They've actually, they still are outside, but they've kind of made a little area they can go in. And then they've kind of collected them as they can, and then go have them spayed or neutered, and then bring them back, and they give them a little collar and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're semi taken care of. They're feral cats. They're not always wanting your attention sometimes.
It would be nice if we could get a program, which other cities have, and hopefully we can work on it in Roswell. It'd be great to get a spay and neuter program where catch and release. We catch them, they clip their ears so that when you see them, you know that they're
taken care of,
fixed, and then they can just, because they're already in that habitat. Why take them out of that habitat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and to be honest, that's how we get rid of that population, and because we don't want, because just by comparison, the lifespan and pleasure of life of your house cat versus that feral cat, unfortunately, some of those don't make it. If we get harsh weather or any of those kinds of things, it's a crapshoot whether they're going to survive through it or not. It really is, and so we obviously that's not the ideal thing, but. We got a major. It's a pandemic like problem in this town,
Absolutely.
and this is the gradual fix, and so. But the thing is, we all have to do our part.
Absolutely,
being responsible pet owners is probably step one there.
Yes.
And then rescue. Don't. It's more of a dog thing than a cat thing, but still, rescue. That there's. You can go to any one of our shelters in town right now, and they probably got an awesome selection of cats.
Oh,
that are
yes, absolutely.
waiting for a home.
End of kitten season, so even if you wanted to start with something young, which a lot of people do prefer to do that,
you want it for the long time,
have the cat to grow with the kid, know, and so, and of course, we would prefer not to have to send them out of state. We would prefer that we could have Roswell, the community of Roswell step up and be responsible pet owners. We would love to leave them here.
But we got to go where the people that want them are, and that's Colorado, Arizona.
And they have the big metropolitan areas that have the want for them.
Sure, absolutely. So this is a great thing. Now, if you're listening and you're saying, I think, I've been kind of thinking about this, and maybe the cat's the way to go. Well, good news. Tomorrow, you guys are having a cat adoption event. Folks
we
can
are.
come by and see what pets that you have. Now, and I will tell you this, if you go through there tomorrow and you're like, we didn't connect, then keep going. Go to Animal Control, go walk around over there, or go walk next door to the Humane Society. Because regardless of where you find a cat in these areas, you're rescuing a cat.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That's the important thing.
Absolutely. And we have some kittens that just aren't old enough yet that we'll have pictures of. And if somebody wants to put a deposit down while we're there and say, I want this one, or one of us can hook up with them and say, hey, come check them out at our house. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I actually have quite a few kittens at my house right now. So.
She's like, please come visit.
I'm bottle feeding. I'm mama feeding. So we got it going on in there. So, yeah.
Well, and that helps you guys because it shows interest. Like if there's someone saying, "Oh, there's a kitten, but he or she's not at weight yet, or waiting on some shots, or whatever it is that they're waiting on before they're able to be adopted." If you're the family, like, "Oh, but I just want to see how they're doing," and that tells you it's like, "Hey, we got a pet parent here that wants
that's serious about
that's ready and is going to take care of this pet the right way and not do the other things that people do when they're pet owners." But
so it's tomorrow at Big R.
Okay.
South Main.
Yeah.
And we are accepting any donations. You know, if you want to walk into Big R and pick us up some dog food and drop it off, some cat food.
Every little bit
helps. Got $1 in your pocket? We'll take it.
Yeah, if you're like, well, I don't know what to get, give the money that you guys know what you need.
It is Adopt a Cat Month. If you can adopt a cat, please, we could take anything you want to offer us.
I would imagine you guys go through a lot of kitty litter and things like that. So that's probably, if you're thinking in terms like cat litter, bulk sizes of cat food for kittens and for adults, because you get all of them.
We do mostly the kitten food is a big deal, especially right now with it being kitten season. And literally kitten season is every day we find new sets of kittens.
They go into heat early and often.
Yes. People call us, like the other night someone called us and she walked out of her house to give me a little small Amazon box with these 3 little kittens, and they were eyes not open, umbilical cord still attached.
Oh, wow. They were just born.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually have what we call a foster fail, my first bottle feeders. And I got them at like less than 24 hours old, and I'm not giving those two up. They are my babies.
Because, and I imagine that's probably the trick for you and the volunteers is because, you love, I mean, you're not doing this because you don't. I mean, everyone that's doing this, they love pets, and they love being involved, and at some point, I think that's the trickiest part for you guys. I've got to let go. I've got to let one go so other people can have them too. But if you're literally seeing them birthed and you're literally taking care of them, and now a month later you're seeing them independently walk around and stuff, it's like your own kid, you know?
It is. We both have had cats. We have fallen in love with. I transported one a couple weeks ago, and I went home, not going to lie, cried myself to sleep. And said,
that's the other part, because unfortunately, not all of these have happy. Sometimes these pets are so sick that they just don't make it, and it breaks your heart. I mean, my wife and I, we have 2 cats. We got one's from the pound, one's from the Humane Society.
Nice, very nice.
We had gotten a cat, I think it was from animal control, and it was a little, and it was sickly, and unfortunately, it just was past that point. We brought it home, and it was just getting worse and worse, and it just, it's one of those things. You can't, it stinks, but it's life, and so you got to deal with it, and so you probably deal with that as often as you deal with the cool stuff.
We do.
So that it pulls at the heartstrings. It is a heartstring pulling thing, but at the end of the day, there's more rewards than the tough stories.
Absolutely. I actually ended up starting a Facebook page for my I put foster fam. So whenever my kittens go out, I write something on it. And so now those people, when they get them, can go and see the little pictures of when I first got them, what their kitten looked like if they wanted to do that.
I like that.
So, and it makes me happy to see what they're doing and flourishing and all of that.
Well, and it's fun because, like, like our cats now, we've had them, 6-7 years in some cases. But when we got them, Facebook that first day. And so, like, every year around that time, I get a picture that pops up on my face. Like, man, she looks so tiny there. And it's like, that's the same cat, you sure? And,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's rewarding, definitely rewarding. And our kids, because you have young kids.
I do.
And I have an 11-year-old son. I have older ones, but I have the 11-year-old at home. And they get to come and help and see that this is what we do and have a soft spot for animals. So it's amazing for a foster family to do that also.
Yeah, it's great to get involved as a family, as a as an individual, whatever. Yeah, definitely bring the cats or the kids along with the cats because that's all part of that. I know a lot of families, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but a lot of families like to bring pets in the household to give that as a responsibility teaching moment for the kids, and that's a great idea. But if you're going to do that, be it known, you as the parent are the responsible party here.
Yes,
your kid will forget to feed the pet. Your kid will forget to do things that the pet needs. So that means you are going to have to, because the cat doesn't care the kid forgot. The cat still needs the litter box cleaned or whatever it is that needs to be happened. So you as the adult are going to have to handle those things when your child forgets to do them, because it's going to happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. We did bring one of the cats, one of the kittens.
Oh, we got one here. I saw y'all sneak in. I didn't know.
We do, yes.
Now, is this Fidel?
This is Fidel,
All right.
but Fidel did you get him from Animal Control? I did. And so he was a lost cat, we found out, and the owners got a hold of Erica last night, so he is actually going to be reunited with his family on Saturday.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Super excited and happy.
Fidel's got a cool marking pattern. You don't see that very often.
Yes, he is
This
very
is the harness.
Is Fidel a he? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a he.
Fidel, it's almost all white. He's got like two black. It's almost like horns.
Yeah.
The fur pattern almost looks like little horns right between his ears there.
Yes.
And then he's got a little black tail, and I think the rest is white pretty much.
is.
That's a pretty.
Yes.
And how old is Fidel here?
He's probably about a year old.
Okay, so he's full grown then.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little guy.
And we
Little
found
guy.
out that his name is Kitty. With a D.
Yeah.
Kiddie.
So Fidel has a real name.
Yes, he does.
Well,
he does.
To me, in my heart, you're Fidel for another day or two.
I think for us too. We've all seen pictures and updates on him, so for sure. So
Good deal.
yes.
Well, okay, my Sean. In case, because here's the thing, and Tracy and I talked on the phone the other day, and we were talking, she was going to bring Fidel in, and I was like, what a fun, cool name for a cat. Fidel Castro is his full name, if you want the, and so that, because, obviously these pets, the idea is you guys don't have them long, because you keep them and they go find homes.
We just have to name them really for the paperwork.
Yeah, to categorize, organize, and keep the medical records and everything straight, so you guys come up with great names, but he gave me some suggestions if you need these.
Because I actually have kittens that I need to name.
Brad Kit.
That's funny.
Meow and Damon, if you got two there going on.
There you go.
Dennis Hopper.
That's a good one on that list.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you got a little angry cat, Hissy Spacek.
Oh, that's
cute. Yes. Absolutely.
And I can't read this last one. Kat Demmings? Is that what he said? I can't read that last one.
Yes, she's an actress.
Okay.
She was on Two Broke Girls.
Oh, that's her.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And Thor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I know who she is now.
Yes.
No,
the
other
dark-haired girl.
The other
yes.
one.
Yes.
She said Thor.
You know what? I might
hey.
need that paper to go home with me to name some kittens.
Well, if you guys need more from time to time, we have a lot of free time to think of things that really aren't relevant to anything else in life. So.
I mean, we would love to come in and show you guys a kitten every now and again that we could
every time.
promote.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we could definitely would love to do that.
That would
and
be great.
Bring our cats by. And now, because we're cat owners, and I want to encourage folks, obviously for the right reason, but when you come out here, it really is. Cats are, I know they get a bad rap because dog people are very, very loud voice, and I love dogs. I'm a dog guy too. I be honest, I grew up with dogs. I wasn't really around cats till I got married, and she was the cat. There was a cat there when we were dating.
She brought good things into your life.
Yeah, and so ever since then, and of course we've had dogs. I have my sissy that I had for 15 years. I got from the animal control. She passed away from cancer about 5 years ago, but we replaced her with another cat. So now we're 2 cats family, and that kind of works out our lifestyle better because sometimes we travel and and I hate begging all my friends, can you please let my dog out? Please, so cats are a little more. But I'll tell you, they're trained. They learn routines and everything just like dogs do. They are very much into your routine and will work around. Now, they're going to act sometimes like they didn't want to because it's all their idea. But they love, please, and love, like my wife and I, this is a ritual. Every single time the cats come home, and it's 99% of the time, unless they're mad or acting, uppity. They come home, they greet me at the door, and they say, cats, just these two do. And then they want rub down time. Because they literally come in, and when the door we go through, we've got like tile floor right there, and they love sprawling out in the cool tile floor. So when we get home, they just sprawl out on their bellies or on their sides and wait for us to rub them down, and then they just sit around and wiggle them like worms. And our first cat, Hannah, we had her, and then we brought Bella in a year or two later. Bella kind of was like, she learned from the other cat. She was like, oh, this is what, and now Bella does the same thing. And so,
they totally get in sync with you. Even the kittens that I have right now, I have about 7 kittens that they're a little over 6 weeks. And so they're in that playful stage.
Yeah.
And the minute we have a pocket door, the minute I open that pocket door, they all run. And it's all these little faces staring at you. And, it just makes you smile.
Sure.
It just makes your heart smile.
And I would recommend, if you're a first-time pet, and especially if you're not home, like if your work schedule, 2 cats do work better than 1.
Absolutely. Each other,
really
especially
does.
with kittens. I would recommend 2 kittens.
As far as the workload, it's not really that much more. I mean, our cats, fortunately, they're very unconcerning about litter box. So if you're not like on your game, they don't care.
And most of our kittens come pretty much litter trained when you get them.
Yeah, they are. It's instinctual.
It's very easy.
You just put it down. You maybe give them like, hey, this is your area. And then once they, and I don't know what you guys recommend, but this is what Kim and I have done, and it seemed to work out well, especially if you've already got pets in the household. When we get that first new cat, we, in essence, created our laundry room into like a cat nursery, and we don't let them to the rest of the house for the first week or so.
Yeah, and we actually have crates.
Okay.
So we have one that has a kitty litter. I took the door off and connected it to another one.
Yeah.
So they have their sleep area, their food area, and then their litter spot. So that's what we do. We bring them in, we put them in the crates, and then my dogs, because we have dogs too. We have a husky and a basset hound that's crazy, and they come in, they sniff around the crate, and they get their
lets them get familiar.
Yeah.
But it also lets the other pets get familiar to the new pet too. And trust me, it's integral in getting everybody on the same page, especially with cats, because cats. Unless they were together all the time, there's going to be that establishment of, who's dominant or who's kind of, there's going to, they got to get their feelings and that changes over time too. Because I mean, like the younger cat was the new one and the big cat would now. The younger cat's ruling the roost.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, it just...
they have their personalities.
The power shifts from time.
Yes.
And it depends on certain things. Like there's certain... Like I think in their head, they've picked favorites. Like one cat's like my go-to and the others...
Oh, yeah,
I think
definitely.
in their head, they've played that out. So sometimes it's like, oh, but you're with him. Therefore, I get priority.
Yes,
you have to wait your turn.
absolutely.
I think there's some kind of hierarchy going on in their heads there. I don't know. I haven't figured it all out yet.
Oh, absolutely. And you think that you're the one telling them what to do, but it's not.
Yeah.
They have control. They know it.
Yeah. It tells me when the food's low. It tells me when,
for sure.
Look at that cool. Sorry, the cat was just laying on the head, just waiting to just put her head.
He is. She's such a great photographer too, and she puts up these amazing pictures. And that's one other thing. If I could we're looking for a photographer. That volunteer could go down and
can help out
and actually help at animal control too. If they'll, go in and take pictures because pictures.
That's how you get the word out.
Sell the cat.
Yeah, they get
Yes, and animal control is so busy with everything, and we can't expect them to be able to get set an animal out there and get that cute picture that maybe a volunteer could go in and do.
And I want people to understand this too. Yes, animal control, they are a kill shelter, but at the same time, that's not their first choice. So I don't. I want people to understand, because I know some people are like, why do you? Because it's a city. It's run by the city. It's taxpayer dollars.
It is.
They've got X amount of facilities and cages and things available. Regardless of demand, if they've got to get animals that are out in the streets being problems or whatever's going on, they've got to have room for them. And
they have been really
that's why
good.
But
they've been really good because they'll call us when they're getting ready to have to do that.
Everything in their power, they call out.
Even if there's dogs, we will do what we can if we have room. And sometimes we don't. And we just feel horrible. But they do give us a heads up.
Sure.
There is
a network. There's a network.
Yes.
I know yourself. There's a couple other nonprofit no-kill organizations in town here. Right off the top of my head, From Forgotten to Forever is another good one in town here.
Yes, Friends of Roswell Animals.
Yeah,
they
do some great stuff.
They were transporting for us.
Obviously, Humane Society does a great work. So everybody, even if they work in their own little circles, they all have the same end games. And,
absolutely.
And if there's one of these situations where animal control is like, look, I need that we've got one day where we have to put this pet down. They put the feelers out, so they are part of the process.
Absolutely.
But they are beholding to what city policy states and what the ordinance states.
I'm sure those people just are, it gets to them too.
So please don't get mad at them like they do this. Oh, we can't wait. It's not like cartoons.
Oh, that's the mustache. Exactly.
It's none of that. It's just life.
And they're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed by the number of animals out there.
And to be honest, it's our fault. It's
It
all
is.
of our faults.
Absolutely.
They're the ones that have to clean up the mess, because the reason and the only reason why we have this is because people are not responsible pet owners. They're sitting out in Walmart parking lot having puppies and trying to make a few bucks off these pets.
Oh, yes.
If you ever see that, call the police.
Oh, absolutely.
Just call the police.
Absolutely.
A, it's illegal. B, it's detrimental to, because a lot of times these, and I'm sure there's some that are of good intention and everything, but most people, they're just looking to make a quick buck. They're trying to make ends meet, and they don't really care about the health or status of the pet which they're getting, and it's
And please
unfortunate.
call us.
Yes.
Get on Facebook, get a hold of us, message us, Peace of Mind, Rescue of New Mexico. Get a hold of us if we can. If you have kittens, even if you were trying to sell them, please don't sell them.
Yeah.
Please contact us. We'll make sure they're going to a home that's going to be responsible.
Sure.
You have to fill out an application for us. We do home, an initial home check. We want to make sure that this cat's going to go to a
place
happy
where it's going to be loved. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we see ads on Facebook all the time around Roswell. I've got these kittens here. Can someone help us? We will jump in when we can if
And
we have
say,
the room
"Hey, can we
and
adopt?"
do it. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Please.
that, and I know people listening out there, and then you say, "Well, I'm fine. I get it." But there's a lot of people that don't do it that way. And so for the protection of everyone, the new pet owners, and certainly the pets that are looking for homes, there's got to be some protocol. There's got to be some checks and balances. There has to be everything to make sure everything's above board here.
Absolutely.
And so that's what it's for. And it's I know some people get a little salty about that, but if you think about the end game of what the organization's trying to do, I think you understand why it's there.
Absolutely.
It's for your protection, too. We want to make sure that the pet you get is happy, healthy, and
the right fit for you.
And when you take it home, you get all the good parts about being a pet owner, the love, and I will say this, and I say this every time, and I know I'm getting on a soapbox rant. What? Like doing this?
We'll take it.
Shocking. But if you're not willing to make that pet a part of your family, totally integrated as a family member, maybe you should think twice about being a pet owner.
Absolutely.
Because, I see people get dogs and they're like, I want protection in the backyard. And it's like, buy an alarm system. And it's at the end of the day, it's probably cheaper.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You don't have to feed it every week.
Yeah,
every
exactly.
day. Yeah.
And this is a living, breathing, thing. You want to you treat it, and you will get tenfold the love back that you.
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
I'm telling you, those days where you're mad at the world and everything
Not
else,
feeling good.
Yeah, you
your
come
animal
home
knows.
and the cat flops on around, and you're just like, all right. And then next thing you know, you're just, all right. You can't pet a cat mad. You just can't do it. It just doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
But please come out tomorrow. Big R.
Yes.
What was the time again for the
Big R 9 to 2, or unless it gets really hot, not going to say I'm going to stay out there in that heat too long.
Yeah.
But
Or
yeah.
We're out of pets. Everyone's like taking
That
pets.
would be
Hopefully that will happen.
amazing.
Sorry, we're out of
That would
pets.
be amazing.
But-
yes. And if you just want to drive up and drop something off that you got somewhere else,
Sure,
if you have
donations,
extra food,
all that
we will
stuff.
gladly be right there to take it from
Yeah,
you. We would be so appreciative of it.
We'll
like I
also
said-
have applications for fosters
Yes,
too.
we'll have applications for fosters there and transporters. If you
Yeah.
have time on the weekend just to take a drive and load up some of our cats, we're always looking for that.
Sure.
And we just started flights in. We had somebody volunteer and
So
flew
now
into
we're-
Roswell, and we're flying them out of here.
I'm thinking with COVID too, that's going to open up the world for opportunities for you guys too. 'Cause
Yes.
I imagine the last year of COVID was probably very difficult to make some of these
I
connections.
came in at the end of it. I'm not really sure how.
Yeah, I'm
Did
guessing
you
there's
guys
probably a lot
still-
of not happening in those first parts there till.
It was a little bit more difficult, and then we had a big influx of cats too because people were home and they were finding kittens, and it was kind of exacerbated the situation.
Just like when you
but-
put a bunch of people in a room with a lot of time on their hands,
Yeah,
more
you're
people
gonna
show
find
up.
a lot of babies out
More cats
there.
show up too.
Yes. So AV Flight, I just want to plug them because they gave us a discount on gas
Oh,
for that
man.
pilot to fly in here, and we were able to get 15, I think, cats out of here that
Great.
day. Yes, and he even had one in his co-pilot
Nice.
seat, so I had a good time. So,
That one with the hat on
It
and-
was really sweet, yes.
You take over. I'm going to the bathroom.
And we have pictures. If you want to go to Peace of Mind and look those up, we have pictures of everything going
Yeah,
on.
if you want to learn more and follow,
Yes.
go on Facebook, Peace of Mind NM.
Peace of Mind Rescue,
Rescue
of
and-
New Mexico.
NM, and
Yes.
and again, PEACE, just. And then you can like and follow, and then of course if you have other questions, if you're like Mike, ask them, and I didn't get to ask the question, you can shoot there and
absolutely.
Shoot
and
that
Susie,
question there.
Usually she does have a job; she's a vet tech, but she'll get right back to you.
Awesome, yeah. And this is and like I said, if you want to get involved, foster's another great opportunity. If you're like, well, I'm kind of come and go, I'm busy, but I love pets and stuff. We obviously there's not a big palace where we store all these pets until they have their homes.
Absolutely.
We need foster families that can bring a kitten in for maybe a day or a week or a month, depending.
Absolutely. Usually we have them about a week or two, and they're on the next transport.
Yeah.
As long as we can get a transport out, you don't have them very long.
And that way you can come, and so if you can get your fix of loving and petting, and then like grandkids, send them on their way.
Yes,
Loaded up with sugar and everything, ready to go under their new home.
Absolutely.
But again, look for Peace of Mind Animal Rescue NM on Facebook. Is there any other ways that folks can get a hold of you if they're not, or another way?
I think that's really the best way. That's the best way.
Shoot a message on there, or just like and follow.
Yeah.
And of course, you can see the pets available for adoption. And of course, if you got more questions, come out to Big R tomorrow.
Absolutely.
There'll be volunteers there. They can answer any of your questions. Bring a bring a bag of food. If you bring a can, bring a lot of cans. But bring some litter box. Now on the litter. Is just the old El Cheapo stuff, or did you get the clumping stuff's a little bit more?
Honestly, we do have we have one gentleman who is a foster, and he is our go-to for Amazon delivery. So if you drive past his house, he will have boxes of Amazon kitty litter, kitty food stacked up there. But it only goes so far when you have kitten season.
Sure.
So anything we are happy with anything somebody wants to give us.
I know with like Humane Society, when they ask, they're like, don't waste your time spending money on the expensive clumping stuff. They just pour it in the box and throw it away. So the El Cheapo stuff. But if there's going to homes and stuff, you want to grab some of the tidy cats, the clumping, go for it.
Absolutely.
But whatever you would like to bring, and it's in litter, please bring it down. But think bigger's better. You know?
Absolutely.
Buckets, big bags. We got a lot of cats that need to poop.
Perfect. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So one of our high dollar things is, and I don't expect anybody to donate this unless they wanted to, but with the kittens, we bottle feed. So we have to give them the kitten formula. It's called KMR.
Okay.
And every pet supply, they think they have them at Walmart. I'm not sure, but they come in small cans. We get them in the big bags. But those are something we're always looking for. So the KMR.
And I always say treat it like when you go grocery shopping and everything else. If you're going to the store anyway, or maybe you're going to pick up some stuff for your pets, pick up an extra bag or an extra toy or an extra thing of
99-cent store. We use those. Anything at the 99-cent stores, we'll use those play toys because we have to throw them away between cats.
Sure.
It's just not you don't know what one cat has to the other from where we got it. So we either have to be able to disinfect it or it gets thrown away. So even those little 99-cent toys we would be great with.
I got to be honest, with cats, I wouldn't go too crazy on going with the expensive toys because they generally don't mess with them. You give them a box of Q-tips, they'll be good for an hour.
You give them this
highfalutin curly thing, they stare for about 5 minutes like, give me my Q-tips.
Yes.
So don't go too crazy on it.
Yes.
I mean, you could literally, and I've done this, take the bottle cap off of my soda and throw it on the ground, and I'll never see it again.
Yes. You have a spinner here, and I think that's what he was actually looking at, is this little spinner.
Go ahead and give it a whack. I don't care. Everyone else does. Hey, give it a check out. What's that all about?
Right. There you go.
It is pretty cool. I like it, too. Go ahead and give it a whack.
There you go.
Yeah, be careful. It's going to whack your nose. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's so, if you want to donate, but come out, again, Big R, begin about 9 o'clock, be there to about 2, but get there earlier while it's cooler for everybody else. And while you're there and if you want, go inside Big R, maybe pick up some cat food or some cat. They got pretty much everything on the planet in Big R.
We are raffling off. We have 2 baskets worth about $70+. They have one is a pet basket. It has a little odds and ends, and one of them is from some of our downtown merchants downtown.
Oh, cool.
We have some beef jerky in there. We have like a New Mexico little hat.
Oh, so like a local flair there.
Exactly, absolutely. Yeah. So we'll have 2 of those that I think we're going to do $1 a ticket, and we'll have a drawing probably, tomorrow night, and we'll call them. So we'll just require a name and a phone number for our drawing. So
Yeah, get in on the chance
that
there
would be
too.
great.
Yeah, it's always nice to win stuff when you're trying to help people.
Absolutely,
Here
and
we
a
go.
big sale. We're having some good stuff. Someone's making some homemade cat and dog treats too.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So don't mix them up.
Yeah.
Although if it's homemade,
it might not be too bad.
You might be like, it's a little less sweet, but it tastes fine.
Yes,
it's not gonna be
absolutely.
like chomping into a milk bone or something.
Hey,
you
not
know?
that we've tried that.
I don't care. They make that jerky look just like the human
They
jerky.
do.
It even smells like it sometimes. Don't taste nothing like it though. I'm like, is that
I
even
never
meat?
fed that to my cat kids. No.
Absolutely. But well, it was great to meet Fidel, artist formerly known as Fidel, I guess would be the actual true thing there. But we come out Saturday, and folks, if you're looking, come out, be a part of it. If you're looking, I've always said this before. I think everybody, if you've got a little free time, go find a nonprofit that you're passionate about and get involved with. I don't care if it's for pets or if it's the Homeless Coalition or whatever, or if it's kids sports or whatever it is that you're passionate about. Get involved in one of those and find your passion on that too, because that's how all these good things happen. And if you're going to wait around for governments and things to do things for you, you're going to be waiting a while.
Yes, you are.
So you want a good community. You and I and we are going to have to get off our tails and do it ourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
This is how we do that, is by doing things like this, one cat at a time, one tree at a time, one homeless shelter established at a time. That's how we do it. So come out tomorrow, adopt some cats, and bring some food. And I don't care if you say you're not a cat person, you haven't hung around cats long enough.
Oh, absolutely.
They will turn you. I know they get a bad rap, like they're elitist and like they don't got time, and some of that's true. But you know what? Some of that's great, because sometimes pets want your attention even when you don't want it. You're like, dude, I just want to watch TV. Relax. Cats sometimes are like, I get it. I'll go find my corner and hang out when you're ready. Dogs, they're a little more needy.
Yeah, a little bit.
They don't care about your problems.
Absolutely.
Where the cat's like, all right, fine. I'll go lay over here.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so much.
We'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank
all right.
you.
It's 9:55. Let's what do we got as far as time goes here? Let's go ahead and get you into your town hall business update. Quick break, and then we'll wrap up the show. Don't go away.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street continues racking up gains, with the S&P trading at a record high at mid-morning. The Dow and the Nasdaq also moved higher following the opening bell. Consumer spending was flat last month, with incomes dropping for a second month as the impact of the government's pandemic stimulus payments waned. China's government is blasting U.S. curbs on imports of solar panel materials that might have been made with forced labor. Beijing claims it's an attack on China's economic development and vows that China will take unspecified steps aimed at protecting its business interests around the globe. Athletic footwear and clothing company Nike posted record fiscal fourth quarter sales in North America, and it has delivered a better than anticipated full year revenue forecast. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
As the school year comes to an end and COVID restrictions start to ease, don't lose sight of the lessons learned. Cover your cough, positive personal hygiene, respect one another, show and tell others you love them. Fiscal and social responsibility are great ways to show your love. This is Damon Graham, your local New York Life agent. I can help you show your love to others. Call me at 575-623-0803 so we can determine how you best can show your love. Expect to be blessed.
Customizable office equipment is one stop away at PTS Office Systems. Of course, you and the business next door do different things, so you need different office equipment. PTS Office Systems has fully customizable office equipment in stock, waiting to be delivered to your business. Get fully customized office equipment to meet your office's specific needs. The day and age of one-size-fits-all office equipment is gone. Shop around at PTS Office Systems today at 217 North Main in downtown Roswell.
Sometimes we put off important health needs like surgeries because, well, we worry about the pain and time needed for recovery. Dr. Paul Torres, a board-certified general surgeon, has joined Loveless Specialty Healthcare and is helping patients in the Roswell area get back to the lives they love with less pain and a faster recovery through advances in minimally invasive surgery. To find out if laparoscopic surgery is the best solution for you, call Loveless and make an appointment today at 575-625-3222.
If you have a student who's ready to further their education, think Eastern New Mexico University first. The state of New Mexico, through the Lottery Scholarship Program, will pay 100% of your student's tuition if you are a New Mexico resident. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to further your student's higher education at the only 4-year university on the High Plains. For more information, visit enmu.edu. Explore, experience, excel. Eastern New Mexico University.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9 o'clock. We got about a minute left here. If you missed any part of our show, you can go back at your leisure at ksvptv.com if you go to the Mornings with Mike Winters channel. Right now, you'll find the whole show, but give Tanner about an hour. He's going to separate the interviews and have them up there for you to check out and things. But in the 7 o'clock hour, we had Tracy and Peggy from the Roswell Public Library join us, talking about summer reading program, talking about books and whatnot. You know, it's a library. And so we talked about that. Then in the 8 o'clock hour, we had Congresswoman Yvette Herald join us on the phone for a few minutes there and talked border security. And, of course, we know Congresswoman's big pitch is getting the vice president to the border. She's there now. And, well, what she's doing there may or may not be helpful, but she's there nonetheless. So, anyway, we had that interview with her. And then, of course, we just had the folks from Peace of Mind Animal Rescue. You can check out Fidel, the artist formerly known as Fidel Castro, and the ladies, too, while you're at it. and come out to their pet adoption event. Again, that's tomorrow at Big R beginning at 9 a.m. So come there. And if you'd like and want to help out, just